So when we last left off, our intrepid space heroes made their way to the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa. They made the probably good decision of taking out a room at a local hotel, which is run by the Hutts. A little expensive, and by a little I mean a lot, but it has the advantage of being safe, which is more than we can say for most of the planet, really. Speaking of things that are not safe, a certain human-cyborg relations robot decided to go get some demolition chips, and now has a bunch of explosives.
That's right.
Yay.
I'm sure that is perfectly legal everywhere in the galaxy, and no one needs to worry about anything.
It's fine. I also bought smuggling compartment that I will install later and will hide the explosives in them. I'll hide them in the good one and hide a cheap holdout blaster in the bad one.
Yeah. Because it is genius. That was a really good
Decoy.
idea. I approve of the decoy hidden spot.
Indeed. And while H1 was out getting herself upgraded and getting some new ammunition, some new ballistics, a couple of our heroes decided to go pay a visit to the local SIS chief, Marcus Trant. They delivered their report on what had happened on the world of Lorien, and got in return a data disk which contains information related to Ashaya, our dearly departed Twi'lek. What information it has, we do not yet know, because when the party reconvened at their hotel room, they were greeted by an injured mercenary who told them that he had been hired by Ivy, their totally not some sort of Sith agent, Doctor, who is also a Sith pureblood, but totally also not a Dark Lord of the Sith. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, Ivy's a doctor. What are you talking about? And just for some
fine.
reason, she needed to hire some bodyguards to help her go to a strange abandoned warehouse where she got ambushed by a bunch of Sith goons.
Look, I don't judge. It was for sex stuff, obviously.
Clearly, she just went there because it's also a BDSM club. And so, Ivy got nabbed by the Sith. The Merc managed to get away after shooting her contact through the chest, killing him, and then avoiding his giant space dog. And so,
Nearly killing Space Tasha and shooting Space Save and Dead.
yes, you murdered me in not cold
You
blood at
murdered
all.
you.
Yeah. I murdered me with my own NPC, but you put me in that position, I'll have you know.
It's not my fault I only roll ones.
Speaking of which, we have 999 ones to account for on today's docket, so I hope you guys are ready for some real bad luck.
I'd like to point out that you rolled
Actually, no.
5,000 D1s and you got
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot
999.
of ones, but also I rolled perfectly on every single dice, thank you.
Yeah,
And
you did.
also, I
You
will
rolled
let
a
you know that
perfect
if you-
one.
Yeah, and also if you try to observe it as a feature with side, you'll go insane at the impossibility of a sideless image. Because even if it's two-dimensional, surely that means it's a coin and you can flip it, but it isn't. It's one side, it's a dimension, and it's not a sphere, because that's actually made up of 4,000-something dimensions, or an infinite number of them.
It's
So
just a
take
Mobius
that,
strip.
space.
Indeed. So, we open on a pitch black room. Ivy, you can't hear or see anything. Even your pureblood eyes cannot pierce this ever-present darkness. You feel that you are bound. Your hands are tied behind your back and your ankles are strapped to a metal chair. A bit too strong for you to just break apart as a means of escape, if indeed you were so inclined. You also feel that you are quite naked.
Oh, and we didn't even set up a safe word.
No, I thought Scout was joking.
Hush you. So, you are in a black room. What do you do?
Well, I can't really see anything. Has this ever come up in my training before? Have I ever done this to someone?
I feel like this is standard spook procedure for like bringing in some high risk target for interrogation.
Oh, come on, I've done the dance before. Can we just get it over with already?
For a long, long moment, there's no response. And then, in the room, you hear a strike. And then a tiny wisp of flame flickers into life and comes up towards a death stick clenched tightly between the lips of a human man. He's probably 35, maybe 40 years old. Very well cut, well trimmed, slicked back black hair, a strong jawline, tightly pressed and organized clothing. He's the perfect model of an imperial citizen. So nondescript in that regard that it's almost noteworthy. You recognize the man almost immediately. He is a spook, a spy, an assassin, someone very dangerous, more so than you by far. He is the sort of man that you would have in your day looked up to. He is Agent Carlyle.
Well, you always were a fan of the classics, Carlyle.
You see the faintest hint of a smile as he takes a long drag on the death stick. You should have run while you had the chance, kid. Should have stayed gone.
This is gone. This is Nar Shaddaa.
Nar Shaddaa is where you come to lose yourself, if you're an amateur. You should have known better.
Oh, I was just around to have fun. And checking on an old friend.
A dead old friend.
I did ask my bodyguard not to shoot him. But then he shot me, so my bodyguard shot him anyways. That's the problem with discount Mandalorians.
That's the problem with Mandalorians in general, and as for coming here for fun, he takes out of his very nice black jacket a small data pad, and he starts to scroll through it. You're here with Republic spies. Not much of a fun vacation.
Well, it wasn't really by choice. I kinda got stranded by a Darth on a moon.
Really now.
Yeah, it's a very angry one. Of course, all of them are angry, but angrier than usual.
I see. And this Darth didn't happen to be, for example, a tall, red-haired woman, fan of a double-bladed lightsaber, likes gravity generators.
Possibly. I couldn't tell. I was behind I was either patching people up or, operating a very large cannon, just shooting at stuff that moved. It's quite fun.
Shooting at Imperial stuff that moved.
You do realize that we've done far worse to our fellow countrymen in the name of, Imperial business.
Of course, but we don't leave a record of it. And he will turn the data pad to you, and you can see security camera footage from the base on Alorian's moon, showing your group's heroic rescue out of the blown-apart research facility. Your face is clearly visible next to Stark.
An unfortunate bit of business, but, well, I was kind of forced into a corner.
Forced or not, this is the sort of thing that makes it very easy to make someone disappear. You know how this goes.
Yeah.
He will tuck the data pad back away for a moment, then lean back against what you assume is the wall of this small cell. And he'll say, I was on a much more important mission here on Nar Shaddaa, but for some reason, someone very important decided I needed to be retasked to bring you in. I wonder why that is. You're nobody, after all. Just another faceless, nameless agent. Right?
Of course. With medical training.
Then tell me, and he looks down into the datapad again, Ivy, what makes you so special that someone would take an interest? Someone powerful?
I don't know. Darths are like that. I assume it's a Darth, only someone with that kind of leverage, unless we're talking about someone higher up within the intelligence community. But I highly doubt that I'm only friends with a couple of fixers.
Really now? Surely a woman of your lineage has contacts. People who care about you or want to see you gone.
Well, my family at least has a lot of important ties, but they're hardly in the intelligence community. I'm a bit of a pariah in my family, you see.
Yes, I can't imagine why. He will, look pointedly at your, right into your eyes. Take a long drag.
Well, it's not like I'm friends with any ciphers, so we can rule that out. And, honestly, I don't know. Have you ever tried contacting Keeper and asking him?
The agent will sort of quirk an eyebrow at that and say, really now, my keeper is the one who sent me here to talk to you. To ask you a few questions before you are retired.
Okay. How very strange. Well, he's the one who's supposed to have all the secrets. I'm surprised that he wouldn't know. After all, I have no clue. Are you sure this is not some sort of thing my sister has gotten herself involved in?
Your sister, let's talk about her for a moment.
Oh, pride of the family, Sith Lord, runs around being very angry and stabbing people.
Yes, very descriptive. But surely you can do a little more than that. You must keep in touch.
No, not really. I have the distinct feeling that, like the rest of my family, I was something of a disappointment to her. She was always rather distant.
Distant enough that she wouldn't tell you about her current projects, her assignments.
Anything I'd know about that, I would have found out for myself, and last I heard, she was somewhere on the fringe.
What part of the fringe? What planets? What system?
Oh, bouncing around the leeward side of the galaxy. She never stays in one place for long for some reason. I always assumed that she found a Jedi that she liked and was hunting him down.
A Jedi she liked. Is that so?
Well, she wasn't entirely about it before she went to Korriban, but afterwards she was very angry about the Jedi. Sure, there was a sacking of Korriban, but, that's hardly the reason to constantly be frothing at the mouth about them. Korriban. The sacking of Korriban.
Oh,
Back,
right, yeah, Corvette second. Yeah,
like
it's the old one, never mind.
Yeah, like...
So,
Jerk.
angry about the Jedi or interested in them?
Oh, who knows? It could be a love-hate thing. She did spew off about how much she hated them enough that I once told her that something very off-putting about her just sleeping with one, and then she threw me out a window.
Carlyle takes another long drag on the death stick and shakes it out, looks at you for a long moment.
No, I'm serious. You can have it. You can see the scar right here. I don't have any clothes on.
Let's say I believe you that your sister's very angry. Angry about Jedi.
The Sith.
And how far do you think she'd be willing to go to take out that anger?
As much as any Sith, I'd suppose. Commandeer fleets, use entire battle barges to bombard one area, when, you could just use a single one, or a strike team.
I don't mean during the war now. Let's keep things in the present. Your sister. She hates the Jedi with a passion. Let's assume that's correct. What resources might she be willing to sacrifice to destroy the Jedi? What loyalties might she forsake?
Well, I highly doubt she would compromise anything that would do anything to compromise her position in becoming a Darth now. But I'm sure her and her new master are doing what Sith always do, leading Jedi far out and away, and then, well, we're better at quietly killing them than the Sith are, but, well, at least she has the good sense and, breeding to have the intellect to know not to do it in public.
Of course, we wouldn't want to start a new war, would we?
Probably on a neutral planet. Or the Fringe is a great place to get away with murder. As I'm sure you know.
As I'm sure you know. And
I
Carlyle
am
will,
a humble doctor.
Carlyle will take his data pad out and tap a few buttons on it, almost ignoring you for a whole minute before he sets it back into his pocket and says, "Looks like our time's up for now. But I still have questions for you, questions that need to be answered. You," he will sort of lean down to look you dead in the eye. "Someone wants very badly to make you go away. Very badly indeed."
And that is exactly what I was asking our poor dear departed friend about before he shot me with a stun gun.
Yes, it seems the price was right, after all. He will...
Were either of them named Price? Because if so, fucking well played, sir.
He will stand up and he will turn towards the wall and then just fade into the shadows. And would you give me a perception check, Ivy? Target number 10.
Perception, you say?
I do.
I don't think I can even make that. Oops. No, I can, actually. And I clicked the wrong button, and I went away from this for a while. I'll be back. Here we go.
Excellent.
Um, 1d2 per. I get 1d per when attempting to detect threats and hidden creatures. Does this count?
No, not in this case.
Oh, okay. You jerk. No.
Excellent. Alright. You hear only one brief phrase as Carlyle steps away into the shadows, presumably out of the room. He's talking to someone, probably over a comm piece, and you hear the words Cipher 9 before a
My
door
God.
slides closed. And we swipe cut to the rest of the party on the streets outside of the medical station, where you dropped off your mercenary friend to get his many bite wounds tended to. You have a missing doctor. You have a lead as to where she was meeting up, but
And we were headed over to the meetup to investigate the scene.
yes, indeed. Now, is there anything you'd like to do before you arrive?
I'm going to leave a, you know what, a revengeance message. This should be fun. I am going to put together a little credits clause for if I die. All the credits that I have to my possession and account will go to Karolish. That will either pay out once vengeance has been wrought on the individuals responsible for my death, or a year has passed in the event that it is an impossible task to fulfill. I'm going to pop that little message out there and make sure that's all nice and prepped before we head off.
Okay.
Might be a fun thing to put into place. Otherwise, I don't have any other kind of prep.
You just hired a bounty hunter to avenge your death.
Yes, I just put together a vengeance contract. Well,
I take offense to that because you assume that Cal won't make it his life purpose to get revenge.
I'm gonna assume that there's no way I died while you were still breathing.
Okay, fair enough.
I would like whichever badass brought you down to be, dealt with summarily, one less threat for the galaxy.
All right. Other than that, I think we're headed straight towards the scene.
Okay. So, about an hour later, you arrive outside a fairly large industrial complex, some sort of manufactory. You can't see anything remarkable about it, and perhaps that is in and of itself standout. There's no graffiti on this place. There's no signs of anyone coming or going, but it's remarkably clean. And also there's some blood outside, but that's not terribly unusual here on Nar Shaddaa. There's a lot of blood all over the place here.
Let's be honest. We passed through a few streets.
Yeah, you totally just stepped over a dead body on the way here. It's not a thing.
But yes, suppose we should head in and try to start investigating. Normally I'd make my paranoid bit, but think anybody wants to deal with that? Let's just go in and investigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little casual peepers roll, because if this place was important for whatever reason, it could very well be being observed by people looking for people observing.
That's a certain kind of paranoia, alright?
Hey, if she just went fucking missing in the factory district, that's really strange.
You're really strange.
So I look around with a 19 at the surroundings.
Alright. So you carefully take in your surroundings as the party makes their way towards this manufactory, and you can get the distinct sense people are avoiding this place. There's no one on the streets nearby. It's probably clear for a block in any direction. That tells you that people know something happened here, something they don't want any part of. But with a 19, I think you notice something else. Hovering in the sky, maybe 100 feet up, there's a drone just flying in slow circles, an orbit around this facility. You can't see any markings on it. You don't even have enough of a vantage to tell what make or model it is. But somebody's keeping an eye on this place.
Alright then. I believe we're all essentially calmed up, so I don't want to look in anyone's directions when I say this. My dear friends, I believe that we're being, or this area is being observed by a little mystery drone. It's a little bit too far away for me to spot any kind of details about it, but that's certainly a little bit more than suspect.
Thanks, Derek. Shoot it down.
No, because if it belongs to someone who we don't want to piss off, I think shooting it will piss them off. That said, if it looks at us a little bit too closely, that might be the best way to go about it.
We should still sneak in. If this place is being watched, we don't want them to know that we're investigating.
Very true.
Yeah, you have visual contact on it. So ever going to be a time where we can sneak in through the opposite side, through its blind spot?
Maybe. Yeah, can I time the, like, a rotation of this drone to make sure that we can, when we enter the building, it's actually, like, not staring directly at us?
Yeah, this building it's not like an Art Deco building. It's got big spires and smokestacks jutting up into the sky, and there's definitely a point where that drone is behind a bunch of these protrusions. Perhaps you'd have a split second to rush inside.
Sure, I will make that known to everyone and time us in.
Okay. I would like everyone to roll dexterity. The target number is 10. At least two of you.
Why?
At least two of you need to pass. You should be good at dex. What are you talking?
I am, but still, I have to roll.
Yeah.
Don't you whine about rolling.
Terrible.
Do you need me to roll for you, DCL? I don't know if you... Okay.
I'm just gonna let you know I'm going to be an automatic failure.
Yeah, that's fine. I am well aware. Okay, but that's fine, because most of...
See? Automatic failure.
Alright.
I couldn't possibly even make the check anyway. So.
No, I know. But that's fine. That's why it's a group check, because only two of you need to pass.
And 4 people passed.
Well, 3 people passed.
That says 10 now.
The first of the years, the 19 isn't a dexterity roll,
I
Keenan.
don't think it would spin.
So, you have to kind of drag H1 behind you, Lalesh, but the lot of you are able to quickly duck into the building.
Scoot, scoot.
And I assume you close the door behind you. And
Was
when
the
you
door
do,
closed already?
yes, everything was closed and
Then
locked
yes.
up. So you close the door, and you are bathed in darkness.
Is dark vision a thing? don't-
For some races, not for yours.
We have those comlinks. You think there's a mode for
have
like night vision?
I have a glow rod.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fucking sci-fi. There should just be night vision goggles that come pre-packaged with your sunglasses.
I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of like night vision goggles and shit you can go
Yeah.
buy, but that doesn't mean you have them.
Yeah, I myself indeed have my nerdy macro binocs.
So Stark pulls out a glow rod, breaks it open, holds it up, and I think enough of you have military experience, that is to say Stark and H1 via implants, and, well, Cal's been around a lot of violence. You all immediately realize that there was a shootout here not long ago. There is carbon scoring on the walls and on the floor, and not an insignificant amount of dried blood, and something smells like rotting meat in here.
A dead body, for sure. At least one or two. Just judging from the intensity of the smell.
Little weird. Ivy's not been gone that long.
You're right.
I can't smell it, but perhaps it was just a particularly stinky creature.
Perhaps. I could try and roll xenoarchaeology. No, fuck it.
We'll have to start our investigation.
Yep.
Investigation starts.
Okay,
Load
how would you
truth
like to go
bullets.
about this?
Well, first, let's do the Phoenix Wright style of clicking on everything until we get the text blurbs.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. The tried and true method of adventure gaming.
Or just, hold down the Alt key so it highlights interactables.
Ah, yes,
Oh,
of
that.
course.
I like doing that.
That's how you play role-playing games. For sure.
I mean, I download a mod that lets me have that just as a toggle instead of always having to press it. That's what I fucking do. 'Cause that gets so annoying.
So, would one of you like to make a perception search test?
Sure. Are any of
I
you
think-
better than me at 4D?
No.
Nope.
I think we can all count as helping, though, right?
Yes, so, I am changing the helping rules, as you might have remembered from the handout, so it becomes a +1, so you'll have a +3 modifier on top of whatever else. Lilesh?
Fuck yeah.
Alright, your search is quite thorough indeed, with a little help from your friends.
Yay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the place over.
So... You spend probably 20 minutes scouring the place, as it is, and here's what you find.
My dick in the box.
I mean, that's between you and Lilesh, but... Or maybe Stark,
Please.
I don't know how Cal rolls.
Please
You
don't
know,
cram dicks and things.
Thought I was muted.
Eh.
That's
Now you're
happening
shameless
a
and
lot to you
violent.
lately. You're like the reverse
it's
Kina.
even. No, it's worse because I'm on the laptop mic. I was assuming I was using my headset, so I muted my headset, and it was like, oh wait.
So, you quickly follow the trail of the battle upstairs to probably what looks like a supervisor's office. Sorry. And therein, you find a dead body. He's
Well,
been
that's
largely
not great.
stripped down, but he has a hole through his chest. And he is, well, it's a plasma hole, so there's no real blood around. And he's been dead for a few hours, yet the stink on him is incredible. Whew.
Strange. Does protocol usually involve leaving bodies behind? Though I suppose it's an Shaddaa, so they could be a little black.
I mean, they could be left anywhere, but that's kind of strange. I wonder if some special, like, substance makes them stink harder, because, man, unless he just never fucking bathed.
I mean,
Yeah,
judging from the
with your 20, Lilesh, after you look around, like, you know that if the story you heard is true, that this guy's only been dead for like a couple of hours. But as you look around, you can see that someone made it, or at least attempted to make it look like this happened a day or two ago. The stink is intense, and also some substance has been applied to his body that makes it start to decay, like it looks decayed. Perhaps an acid.
strange.
Okay.
This is done for misdirection. If we were dealing with the normal Sith patrol unit, they would have just taken the body and have it disposed. Instead, they tried to misdirect us.
I'm gonna like glance sidelong at Starrick. Like, is this Republic agents or what?
I mean, I'm not exactly that much of a professional, but this seems. It doesn't seem Republic to me.
I doubt it's Republic. They lack the cunning for such tactics usually.
Come on, that kind of stupidity is gonna get you in some trouble there.
Cal kind of blinks. And it's just like, I suppose?
Underestimating people's a bad idea.
Oh, right, yes. I can't argue on that. But still, this doesn't seem like a Republican move.
Yeah, no, there's nothing about gun law here at all.
See, I restrained myself from making the joke, but thank you.
Ah,
You're
that's
welcome.
happened.
I'm here to indulge occasionally.
I would make a knowledge check with assassination as a bullshit background, but my knowledge is 2D, so that won't help.
I mean, you're free to roll it.
You know, I'll try to roll it. Let's see. Nope.
Yeah, you've never seen this sort of stuff done. Your breed of assassination is run up, stab with lightsaber, and depart.
Fair enough.
This is something totally different. A very, almost an opposite branch of murder.
So what you're saying is this seems like spy work.
That would be a reasonable assumption.
I mean, they're
All
clearly
right.
watching the place, so they're waiting for somebody to come discover it. Instead of hiding the body or barricading the place off, they're trying to misdirect us. All signs lead to spies.
Sure, it might not even be that they're trying to misdirect us specifically, but why would they be interested in Ivy?
I mean, she is a Sith pureblood. Chances that she's up to nothing is very low.
Fair. Well, racist, but possibly fair.
Racist or accurate?
I mean, sometimes those could be the same thing.
Right. Either way, we need to start looking for clues of where they took Ivy. Since this is the only body around despite all the combat, I'm of the mindset that very few people died and the rest were carted off scene.
I suppose so. Makes sense. All
Not
right.
that, not that that body's not smelling so much that I can be convinced there's a whole graveyard here.
Yeah. All right. Let's head back out for now. Be ready for trouble in case there is, some waiting in the wings to do us a mischief and saw us enter.
Hmm.
There might be some tracks leading away from here, or like a vehicle or something. Maybe someone saw something.
If worse comes to worse, could always pay some street informant for information.
Yeah, that's the hope.
I mean, this is Nar Shaddaa.
Oh yeah,
doubt there are many who
everyone is for sale here.
No doubt there are many who keep their ear on the street for this express purpose.
Yeah, sounds about right. I used to know a few people who would toe cap in other places, but none that
there
work
wouldn't
here in
have-
Nar Shaddaa.
There wouldn't happen to be any easy open access terminal that will just conveniently point us to the right direction, would there?
No, all the machinery and computers in this place have been shut down for probably years.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I feel like we're missing something here.
There's always something we're missing, but I can't for the life of me put my thumb on it.
Why
Alright.
here and why this guy?
Lilesh, perhaps it might be a good time to try using the Force.
I guess so. The thought of doing so around a stanky body's a little bit unpleasant, but let's do this thing. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna like find a wall to lean on, and concentrate. Force
All right.
sense.
What exactly are you trying to accomplish with this use of the Force?
To sense malevolence in a nearby area.
Okay. Yeah, both of you can roll.
Uh, Give me a second to think of what I want to do with my force sense roll.
Okay.
2 and a 4. Not
With
huge.
a 6. I think you sense the echoes of malevolence here in this room. It's not a powerful malevolence, though. It's almost businesslike. The sort of murderous aura you might get from a soldier going off to the battlefield, that need to kill the enemy, but not really a hatred, per se.
Huh. Alright. Keep that to myself for now, just in case it sounds kind of crazy. And I don't wanna pull that thing where you put so many ideas in someone's head that you miss something obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna keep that nested in my noggin.
And Cal?
For me, I might be able to get a general sense of the location where Ivy was taken, but my senses are very weak. I need an elevated place, somewhere unobstructed that we can look down upon the city, and then only then, maybe I can get a sense of direction.
To look down upon Nar Shaddaa? That's impossible. I mean, well, technically not impossible, but...
Surely there are plenty of high buildings around
Oh
here,
yeah,
right?
plenty of high buildings. You just mean to look into this area itself. Okay,
And it needs to
maybe?
be. I'd use this building's rooftop, but we have that drone circling over.
Just wait for it to fuck off, I suppose, but waiting seems like a bad idea in case our companion is in trouble and isn't a traitor.
Agreed. Well, I can try to make a shotgun approach to it just now, but I don't have much confidence in my force abilities of sense.
Well, neither do I, and I gave it the old college try. Give it a go.
All right. I will try to sense the general direction Ivy was carted off to.
Alright. Nice. Alright. So
Wait. 16.
Ah, yes, you forgot your dark side die.
Actually, I added it on, but for some reason I thought my force sense was only 1 instead of 2D.
Okay, well, 16. Excellent. That is enough to get you what you want to an extent. So, Cal, you press out your senses, and for a moment you are hit with a scene of retrocognition, seeing the past of this place. You catch a glimpse of Ivy sitting on the chair right across from this dead man. They're having a conversation. There was a man behind Ivy, the same mercenary you guys helped. And then there was a sudden exchange of gunfire. People entered the room, and then the next thing you sense, and it's almost a blur, you sense Ivy being carted off somewhere towards a vehicle outside.
Cal will fall to one knee and hold his head, as he was not expecting to get such information. But then he'll. I'm fine. Force was just more than I thought it'd be. Over here, and I'll point towards the direction the vision I saw of Ivy getting carted off towards. There should be some evidence about a vehicle, something of that nature.
Alright, sure. Lead on.
I will lead to the scene, or at least the entrance of it, because floating Eyebot.
He was grabbed and brought to a speeder, and then
And then you don't know. There are a billion life signs on this planet. Almost infinite pinpricks of the Force, all mingling together. Finding a single entity amongst them would be the feat of a Grandmaster, not you.
Actually, what were the DCs for that again? I know it's pretty high. It would be pretty high, actually.
I would say at least a 30.
Oh no, it shouldn't be that high. Like around a 20.
No.
The base difficulty is 5, modified by target proximity and relationship.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say there's a huge penalty because you're on Nar Shaddaa.
No,
Like,
it's like it.
no,
It's
I'm
like
telling
even.
you how it is.
Okay, fine, fine.
Like,
That's...
you are on a planet of billions. Sensing Ivy amongst them would be incredibly difficult. Like that is the nature of Nar Shaddaa. Cough, cough. If you played Knights of the Old Republic too, there's a plot point. Anyway,
I think I remember. I think I remember something about that, but I don't know. It was a long time since I played that game.
Well, I'm not gonna get up the rule book for it either way, but H1, do you have any way of tracking vehicle emissions? Maybe something recent that came out from this path?
It depends if they failed their emissions test.
I mean, this is Nar Shaddaa. Going green is not a concern.
there's no green left to go. Yeah, H1, if you want to give me a perception test or perhaps a knowledge technology.
That I could do. Technology, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you activate your sensors and try and pick out a trail of, like, jet emissions. There was a fairly large vehicle out here a couple of hours ago, you'd guess. There's still that sort of smog clinging to the surrounding air. But it has been a while. It's hard to gauge exactly what make or model. It was definitely some sort of repulsor lift, and you'd say it's the size of a fairly large van, maybe even an armored personnel carrier.
There was a very large speeder around here, but it's long gone now. Definitely larger than a single something for just a single person.
All right. Let's go see if we can ask someone some details, maybe to see where a speeder went to.
Alright. If one of you would like to give me a perception search test to try and find someone who might be willing to let a few things slip for the right price.
Would Streetwise work instead?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Cool.
Cool.
$16. Hooray for me.
Alright.
Fuck, I was muted.
Hi.
I was saying, is it safe to assume we just sneak out from IBOT?
Oh yeah, you succeeded the test. You can come and go as you please. Unless you do
Okay.
something retarded like climbing on the roof to sense the force. Or something like that. But, yeah, you can just walk out, no problem. Once you do, you spend maybe half an hour scouring the streets nearby. You talk to some people, you try and shake the neighborhood until something falls out, and fall out it eventually does. You find yourself talking to a green-skinned Twi'lek girl. She's maybe 19 or so. She looks half-starved. And she says in no uncertain terms that she saw something, and for the right price she might be willing to remember what was clearly rather troubling for her.
Sure. Can I just throw a bargain roll at this? I need to go take a look.
Yeah, sure, but what are you gonna start the bribery at? We'll see, like
50 credits.
okay, yeah, that's a
I will throw in one ration pack.
The bribery starts at your life. No, I'm joking. Hashtag kill the younglings.
Ugh, terrible roll. Alright, be right back.
Okay, yeah, 50 credits will do the trick regardless. Yeah,
50 credits and
and a
lunch.
ration pack. Yeah, that's probably almost more valuable to her than the credits, because good food, like packaged food like this, is real hard to come by around here. And they kind of eat shit. So yeah, as she like stuffs a protein bar into her mouth, the Twilight girl, in her native tongue, translated by H1 probably, says that she saw a large repulsor lift van come hurtling down the street. It parked itself in front of this building. A bunch of men got out, ran inside. She thinks she heard a blaster shot or two, and then a man being chased by some sort of huge cat-like creature came running out. She hid, which is probably why no one saw her, as they dragged out a red-skinned woman and threw her in the van and then took off. She didn't see any of the men who dragged her off. They were just all wearing like heavy cloaks and hoods, but she could see weapons on them, rifles, not just little pistols and knives.
Out of curiosity, do you know what happened to that man who ran out?
She
Being
shakes her
chased.
head.
Hmm.
You, of course, know that that's the mercenary you guys saved.
Oh! I thought you said somebody getting chased. Oh, right, that's right. Like the cat was not Saban's pet.
Yeah, exactly. And
All right, yeah.
it was very mad about his daddy being shot.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Sorry, I thought that was Ivy or one of the mercenaries' pets.
No.
So I assumed there was like one stormtrooper who got away, not with his troop.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, she
And she
will
obviously
then tell you that she saw the van take off towards this part of town right here, a particularly dense hive of
Scum
living
and
quarters.
villainy.
I mean, the whole planet's scum and villainy, but this is where people actually live. Like, probably a billion people stacked on top of each other over hundreds of foot high towers, all packed together, so close that you can probably just walk from window to window.
Is Shaddaa one of those city planets?
Yes, it is a megalopolis.
which is
So,
why it's awesome.
layers of skyscrapers.
Yes, like, you guys are on the quote-unquote ground of your level, which is probably like 100 feet up off of the actual, like, planetary soil. You've never seen the bottom of this place, and hopefully you never will, because it's probably going to suck a lot.
All right. Well, we got our general direction. We just start heading over there.
If they're carrying rifles, might want to swing by a few rooms and gear up proper heavy.
Does this mean I can have my bowcaster?
I thought we left with our proper weapons. Actually,
I'm already in armor.
yeah. You guys not tooled?
I don't remember. It's been
I'm pretty
2
sure
weeks.
I'm pretty sure we left tooled because we were instigated to go and do so by a blood-drenched Mandalorian.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like all of us going, all right, let's make sure we're still wearing our fucking gambling clothes. Don't write
Yeah,
me.
fair
I love rescuing damsels in my whoring suit.
But it's so sexy when you do it.
It just looks so fucking good.
So, yeah, once we're away from the kid, Cal will at least say, still be on guard about our route. This might be a scam by the child.
I'm always careful.
just throwing it out there.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to disagree with that. It's always a possibility. Not super likely, but a possibility.
Always the tourist scam. You find somebody cute and innocent to ask directions, and they tell you which dark hole to go down to lead you into an ambush. But yeah, no. On a serious note, we moving forward since milestones.
Okay, so you're going towards the big urban hive.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. For now, we will, fade cut over to Ivy, still sitting in this dark room.
The room of dankness.
You wish it was dank, but no, it is just dark, Ivy. Have you done anything, or tried to do anything, in the maybe hour or so since Carlisle was here?
This character cannot get out of restraints. Are you kidding me?
All right, so you've sat there quietly. What's going through Ivy's mind now?
Um. Well, this is unfortunate. How am I gonna get out of this one? Let's see. Do I know anything about the kind of facility I'm likely in?
If you had to take a guess, you're probably in some sort of safe house. Like, they wouldn't have taken you back to the embassy or to any sort of, like, proper Sith facility, not if they just plan to whack you afterwards.
Uh. Well, I've been on the other side of this several times. It's really hard to get out of what I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm. You've never seen anyone do it.
All right. Can I? Well, they were smart enough to strip me down, so I don't have a weapon on me per se.
Well, you've always got your heaviest weapons.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it really, really depends on who's here, because I know for a fact that what's his name? He's too smart for that.
Oh, good old what's his name?
I can't remember. Carlisle. There we go.
Yeah, Carlisle. That name I just used a minute ago.
Leave me alone.
There, I'll leave his token up for a bit, though he's not here with you now. He walked away an hour ago.
Looks very familiar.
He probably should.
I don't know what this is from, but it's very familiar. All right.
Nothing. I was really tempted to actually go get a picture of Robert Carlyle, but he didn't quite fit what I wanted for this character. So I got the next best thing.
Oh, Robert Carlyle.
So, as Ivy is sitting in there and thinking, you hear, though you do not see, a door sliding. And a woman comes in. Like Carlisle before, she is smoking a death stick. It's the only means of really seeing her vague outline that you have. But like him, she's wearing a neat black suit. She's got a blaster at her hip and a stun baton in her hand. And she's sort of twirling it around on a loop as she enters, and she fixes you with an icy glare, and she says, "Well, you've had enough time to stew on it. Are you ready to talk?"
Well, it quite depends on what questions you want, what questions you ask, my dear.
She rolls her eyes, then reaches back, and you can hear the door sliding closed. Clunk. And as it closes, you see sparks sort of coruscate along the length of this stun rod as she returns her attention to you and says, "Your sister, what planet is she on?"
Oh, like I said, she's never on one planet for more than a few weeks before she's gone again.
"And what planet is she on this week?"
I have no idea. I was exiled from the intelligence community.
Alright, Ivy, would you kindly give me a strength roll, as you are electrocuted?
Do I have any bonuses because Imperial
I
agents
think
are
you can have
trained
a
to
plus
resist?
1d to resist torture. That makes sense for your character. You're very specifically trained for this. Alright, 15, yeah, no problem. You just grit your teeth and bear through the sudden jolts of pain that leave you quivering in your chair. The woman looks impassively down at you and withdraws the stun rod. What is her goal?
Oh, I'm quite certain it's to find some sort of ancient artifact.
What artifact?
Oh, something the Jedi left behind in the Great Hyperspace War.
That's better. Now what might the Jedi have left behind?
Some sort of relic, I believe. Something to do with kyber crystals.
Alright, now I assume you're lying out your ass at this point.
I am, in fact, Garrick.
Alright. Would you kindly make a perception con roll to see if you can get her to believe
You
you?
mean my second best skill?
Yeah,
Sure.
that one right there. And I will.
You're
This
not
will be
supposed
an
to say that out loud.
this will be an opposed roll.
It really doesn't matter with my dice, man. Well, if I say it out loud or not, it's going to be terrible anyways.
Alright. Modifier 0, target number X. Ooh, Jesus Christ.
See, saving no matter what I do rolls really, really good.
Look, I'm sorry, I can't do anything
You're
about
such
it.
an asshole and he wants your characters all dead all the time.
Yeah, this is just a thing.
I mean, like, this scene here does not end with Ivy dying no matter what. This is an interrogation. They want to know things.
Yeah, please, the dice haven't all finished yet.
So yeah, you get shocked again. Would you kindly make a strength check? You can maintain your plus 1d.
Nope, it didn't. Oh, okay, there, 17. I got confused because of 2 greens.
Yay.
Yeah, no problem. You continue to grit your teeth. The agent pulls her stun rod away, and she says to you, just almost matter-of-factly, "You know, I don't expect you to talk." She'll start walking in a circle around you, twirling her baton. "But this is the highlight of my day, so please keep on lying." And just for good measure, she gives you a little zap on the butt.
So, another...
No, you don't need to strength roll. This was just a little love tap. That's enough to make you scream and jiggle in your seat. At that point, she's going to ask, "The Republic spies you're with, what is their mission?"
Well, when I found them, they were stranded on a planet. And currently, I do believe, what was it? Looking for a Sith that wants to turn to the light. Ah, yes, some very pertinent information there.
"And what are you doing on Nar Shaddaa, then?"
Me? I had no intention here other than what I've already done. I went gambling, I found a nice girl, I paid her for a nice time, I asked one of my oldest... Oh.
Strength roll, please.
Hello?
Oof. Okay.
You keep asking me to roll dice.
Alright, this one hurts. Hurts you to your very soul. You scream genuinely this time. Yeah, you almost pass out from the pain. Tell this woman a truth. A truth that she'd find useful.
Everything I've said has truths in it.
But now you want the pain to stop. You're willing to tell the truth. The one she wants.
Well, I mean, you say that, but the reason why we don't actually torture people is because they'll say anything to make the pain stop,
I know.
including stuff that's not truth. And Ivy generally doesn't know what they're on the planet for. She never asked.
Alright, well, what can you tell her to make the pain stop?
I had very specifically didn't know anything, so that if anything happened, I wouldn't be able to reveal anything. That's like Ivy's entire thing. I know that they, judging by their demeanor, they went to go and talk to a Republic contact here, somewhere within the Hut territory.
Okay, so you tell her that, and she nods slowly. You can hear her more than see her now, circling behind you. And then she stops for a moment. You hear something mechanical clunking behind you. And then she sighs heavily and strides back towards the door. Without a word, she's gone. And the mechanical sound happens behind you again. Would you roll perception, please?
Okay, have my bonus now then.
Yes. Now you get your bonus, because this is definitely a hidden creature and probably a threat. There's a droid behind you. Probably a killer model or a security model. It's hard to say exactly. But as the agent walks out, this droid whirs back into position. You don't know why it moved in the first place. It's not made a single sound this entire time up until now. But whatever it had to communicate to this woman made her leave in a hurry.
Do I know the model?
Just from being able to hear it, I don't think so,
Just
no.
hearing. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
well, I have dark
behind you.
vision, so I'm very confused as to why I can't see anything here.
That's a good question, but it's also, like, behind you.
Okay.
So even in bright light, you could not see what it was, and with a 14, I don't think your perception is quite keen enough to identify it just by the sound of it walking. And so on that note, we will swipe back to the rest of the gang as they approach this mega hive. The lights are so bright they're almost blinding. Thousands and thousands and thousands of apartments all crammed together. The stink of humanity and all its alien counterparts is overwhelming. It's almost painful just to be here.
Cal is. You notice Cal walking a little stiff.
Oh, calm your erection, please.
No. He's no DCI's direction, but no. Cal is actually extremely nervous because there's so many points where you could be attacked, and he can't keep track of them all.
Makes sense. Let's see here.
How about
So, I
you
mean-
watch each other's blind spots then?
Yeah.
That way you only have to look in focus on one direction.
What if I am the blind spot?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I guess I'll be going for a prescription.
All right.
Or would a streetwise actually be a better idea for trying to just get around unnoticed instead of making stealths and stuff? Just find us a nice safe-ish route.
Whichever one you'd like. It'll be the same target number, 15.
Okay. I mean, I'll go with the streetwise. It makes slightly more sense to me than stealth, even though my stealth is a smidgen better. Hey, big numbers.
All right. So yeah, you make your way into the hive without any trouble. There's plenty of gangs and Huttese soldiers marching to and fro. You get the feeling that people probably have to pay a hefty protection fee to live around here. Or at least to live around here without broken ankles or knees.
Yeah.
But you manage to avoid the worst of it and claw your way into this mega city. Now that you're here, though, what do? You have the information that a van full of armed goons came here, or at least came in this direction, but beyond that, you don't really know.
I'm pretty sure I have a force point.
Yes, you should all have a force point.
If I really want to, I can use the force point to sense where Ivy's at.
Yeah, that would certainly dramatically improve your chances of success there.
Let's
mean
not
make them
resort to that
exist?
right away.
I mean, we're in a huge city and time is of the essence.
Well, how long has it been?
It's been an hour or so.
Okay, so hour from when we left, so like around about guesstimate 2.5, 3 hours since Ivy was taken.
Yeah, probably 3.5 to 4, considering it took the Merc some time to get to you.
Yeah. Might be worth, seeing if anyone saw it on this sort of a van on this side first. Probably be cheap, probably be more expensive than 50 credits, but
Yeah, true. I mean, there's also one other option. I didn't really want to go through with it in case some kind of menacing individual picked up, but I could try phoning her.
yeah,
No.
there's not.
Yeah, no.
We'll leave that one
If
as
she
a
would-
last case.
If she was in a position to call us, she would have done so already.
Oh no, I fully expect that if it comes to us never finding them and having to make a call, then what we get is, you've reached the kidnappers, and then bad stuff happens or something.
Best to stay on the down low as much as we can, rather than literally phoning up and saying,
Yeah.
"Hi, we're coming for you."
I have a very
find
particular
you.
set of skills.
I have a particular lack of skills. I won't be able to find you.
I have a very particular set of dice.
Now, that said, Starrick, I think you would know fairly well off that if Ivy's compad is anywhere near her, you could potentially trace a call with the right equipment.
True, but that requires the right equipment, which I don't believe is something we have.
You don't have it now, no. You'd have to go acquire it or call in a favor.
Trying to avoid calling in favors.
And depending on the DC, 6 dice will not be enough to pinpoint Ivy.
Possibly. Okay. Yeah, let's try and find someone for more information. Well, just invest more cash in this.
So I will say, DCL, you can choose to make the roll, and then once you know the DC, you can opt to or not to spend a force point.
Okay.
So if you think there's just like, no, it's too high, then you can just not blow the force point and just take a failure.
Might as well try to make the dice roll. Might roll good in some alternate universe. My dice don't hate me.
Alright.
I just feel alright.
So, the target number at this point is 25.
Even with 3 dice, that's not. Even with 6 dice, that's not happening.
I mean, it could.
It's 4 above average. It's
That's not happening. You say 4 above average, but there was a time where I had 7, where I was rolling 6 dice almost constantly for lightsaber blows, and I'd only hit about 40 to 30% of the time. So, not something I want to spend a force point on.
Well, I suppose we will have to just find a gang and pay them for some information.
Hold on, Cal did make a roll, so that does have its effect. So Cal, you push out your senses, trying to feel for Ivy. You don't find her, but you do feel something around here. You get a sense of dread deep in your little kitty heart. A sense of something old and powerful and very, very angry lurking in the shadows here.
Does it feel like a Darth?
No. You would recognize that feeling anywhere, that same controlled hatred that emanated from your father. This isn't that. This is cold hatred. The sort of thing that wells up over decades or centuries.
I love it.
Cal kind of opens his eyes in a cold sweat, and I don't even know how to react to that. I think there might be a Sith Lord here.
Why do you think that, Good?
Because even without sense, I felt the controlled type of hatred that a Darth usually possesses. But this is something deeper and older than that. Something that you don't get unless you've mastered the dark side of the Force and extended your life.
Really?
You know there are some species in this part of the galaxy that tend to be in charge and live a long time, right?
Nothing with that amount of hatred. Not usually. Not normally. We'll have to be on even more guard. And to be frank, if that is the creature who's gotten to Ivy, then even I suggest that we just abandon her.
Okay.
It's that
Not
bad.
doing that, but yeah, I try and reach out. I'm hearing some of this.
Wait, no. It's like Cal will stop her
Just
and
fucking
go like,
How would you know? How would you know?
yeah.
Jedi don't glow when they're using their abilities.
if you're using sense, you have to usually like stop and close your eyes and focus. It's not something you get to.
We were just stopped to do a scent. But it happened.
Yeah, I did, and then you're doing it after mine.
Yeah.
What-
Did
Since
your
I know
mind
it's-
touch upon the eldritch horrors of the universe, Cal?
And once I see her, I'll be like, stop. No, we don't want to alert it. Let us know that our presence is here.
I suppose try and make a test to stop it because it's been rolled. It's happened otherwise.
No. Oh, you made the
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, the roll happened. So I mean, you might have to invest some kind of roll to have stopped that from happening then.
I
Oh,
don't think you can stop the Force.
I think you could stop it, but I can't stop it. I don't have the training.
Yeah, like someone could like counter spell you or whatever the Force equivalent of that would be, but in
Yeah,
this case,
you need alter for that because you can't alter things that are not you
yeah,
unless you have that.
exactly. So yeah, Lalesh, you get that same feeling, Kaldid. There's something deeply wrong here. You don't know if it's a creature or just the planet itself, but there is a malevolence that hangs above this city, a hatred old beyond years.
Ugh. Fuck. That's spooky as fuck. Ugh.
I suggest we move quickly. We don't want whatever that is to try to pinpoint us.
Was it the faceless terror of the abyss?
I mean, it kind of felt like a faceless terror of the abyss, not gonna lie.
You're sure it's not just an angry hut?
I mean, I won't rule it out. I mean, it didn't feel Sithy either. It felt like hella fucking super duper dark and evil and stuff. But we've been around some Sith people. Whatever. Anyway, I do agree with let's get moving quickly because that's fucking ugh. Ugh, makes my fur stand on end. Just like brush my arms down a few times.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is that it's Star Wars. If it's not the dark side, then it's the light side.
I mean, whatever this is definitely aligned with the dark. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rather something Force related or it's something Force related because only Force users get to be important.
I mean, tell that to Han Solo, but alright.
The one, all right.
I mean, tell that to Chewbacca.
Okay, let's Chewbacca won our heart, but he did not win he did not win the Dark Empire Wars, whatever it was called. Whatever. Pointless argument. We're moving.
Alright. So, yeah, you're moving, but where to?
Right now, I would say just moving away from where we were and use our senses is a good thing.
So how about if we find a gang?
Yeah, could do.
Not like those are hard to find.
Just wave it down. Hello there, sir. Could you direct us to your nearest squalid gang hole?
So you want to find a gang.
You just look across the street and you see some Crips.
Yeah, pretty much. There's gangs everywhere. Do you want to find a hut gang or just a local street gang?
Let's
I think maybe a local street gang would probably be better.
I mean, the huts would have the information we want, but not without a cost we don't want to pay.
Or just huts also like just credits.
I mean, yeah, but it's always more fun to assume they want favors and credits. But
Unreasonable.
I guess we could just try a fucking local gang first and see if they saw anything. We can get somebody. We can try to talk. I don't know if they'll let us, but worth a shot. I don't know. Fuck. Anybody have a plan for approaching the gang members and talking?
Right, you guys talk that out. I'll be back in just a minute.
Sure.
Whiny bulk dog.
Yeah, I figure we just fucking walk up to them and be like, look, we're looking for a friend of ours. She got nabbed by some asshole. Have you seen this? And if you can say you've seen this and actually give us a fucking direction that doesn't suck, we pay you. And if you decide that you want to pull the typical gang shit of trying to threaten us, I will add that all of us are armed as fuck and the robot will explode if things get really bad.
Let's not be the first to start doing threats.
Oh, no. If they start
Let's just-
threatening us, then we try and cut them off mid bad guy monologue and just make it very clear that we're not here to put up with any bullshit.
I mean, look, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's like the chances of some random stuff we find knowing anything is probably gonna be low. We probably want them to direct us to.
In a world like this, their gang, they watch everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything's for sale.
I feel like we want to find somebody who's who specializes in that, not just some
They
random guy.
especially will watch to see if any kind of like new armed group will moves through their territory.
No, we want somebody who trades in information. You know what I mean? Well,
But we're already like on the move and looking for our target anyway, in its vague direction that it went. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're getting further away from like insert random information broker here. I figure we just want some fucking street eyes as opposed to leaving this like area that we're already heading through.
Hmm.
It's just gonna slow us down a whole lot more to be like, let's go find the broker. And we're already like, we're on the yellow brick road.
I guess I was still being too much.
Although
I'm back.
Yeah.
Given the way this little area was described, I do feel like we'd have a fairly decent chance of finding a good broker in this area without having to leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's a
what-
pretty good bet.
That was what my hope was going to be. I mean, I'm just
Okay.
thinking of, random street tough 4 hours ago might not know it just because the city is so fucking huge. You can't be keeping an eye on everything unless you're on the up and up. And the random street punk on was not going to be that.
Yeah.
So, ask them for directions for some business, I guess.
Yeah, the random street tough. Very unlikely to have seen the thing, but even if it's not a broker,
Just
lieutenant
anybody.
or something, like someone who hears from the random street toughs and could at least point us out as to which random street tough was looking at the place at the right time. There are lots of street toughs, and they don't always go together.
Sure.
You gotta be tough on the streets.
That is very true here on Nar Shaddaa. Very true indeed. So, if you were looking for an information broker, I definitely think the skill here would be knowledge streetwise. It's going to be an open-ended test, no set target number. The higher you roll, the better a broker you will find.
Does anyone have a better
Yeah.
than 3 plus 2?
Yeah.
I'll help you
Yeah,
out, I guess.
It's got a natural 4D plus 2.
Nice.
Hey, look at that. A nice healthy 16.
Nice. Alright, so after a bit of careful asking around, you are eventually directed to one of the smaller towers around here. A structure maybe only 100 stories tall, not that big, all things considered. Yeah, small
It's
time.
the small dick among the furry big dicks.
Well, I mean, you didn't find DCL, but...
Oh, I'll have you know.
I prefer squishy titters.
Now, the thing that makes this particular broker seem appealing to you, at least from what you were able to gather, is that he's a Bothan. And Bothans, if anything, are good information brokers.
Yep.
So, you follow the paths laid before you up to a penthouse suite in this small tower. A penthouse here, meaning it has a magnificent view of 4 other apartment structures, one on each side of this building. But it does seem to have a nice set of windows that let you look out upon the morbid gray of Nar Shaddaa, as you are led in by a rather well-armed thug in ceramic heavy armor with a repeating blaster slung at his side. and you come into a small office. It's rather Spartan, all things considered, but dominated on all sides by computer frames.
Alright.
Alright, and the name of this fellow you've gotten is Nok Fundilu.
Nice. Sounds like a
It's
good,
not
sounds
funny.
Like how many of his companions will have died for this information?
Well, that's a good question. So, you enter, and he favors you all with a broad smile and says, well, my friends, I understand you're looking for information. You
That
won't
would be
find
why we're
better
here.
than what I can offer. So take a seat.
Okay, yeah, happy to do so. I'll like prop my gun up against the wall politely, and then just head on over and settle into a chair.
Alright.
So, Knock, if, say, a mysterious vehicle happened to pass through the vicinity, controlled by a stealthier kind of person, would that be information you have? And if so, how much would that information be worth?
Of course it's information I have. The comings and goings of every being, every vehicle, every bit of cargo in this hive are known to me. The question is, though, not how much, but what trouble you bring to my city. You see, and he'll lean back, I know what vehicle you're after. There's only one that would interest people like you, but I have to ask, are a lot of people going to die if I tell you where it went?
Only if they present us the trouble.
I'm gonna
So yes, then.
So gonna glance sidelong at Cal. Actually,
It's
rather
the-
specifically, we should probably be trying to avoid getting into a big old kill fest. Indeed,
not
we
exact-
don't know about the people who have, let's say, absconded with a friend of ours. So I don't know how much danger we would pose, because we don't know who they are. If you're willing to tell us that, of course, then, you know, we can certainly look into risk management to ensure that your lovely business remains entirely untroubled and that we were never here.
250 credits, and I can happily tell you just who you're dealing with. Though the fact that you don't know makes me rather nervous. It says either you're desperate or you're amateurs. Maybe a bit of both.
I was gonna say you should never let an information broker know. You know what? Fuck it.
Nice try.
I was gonna say never let them know what you don't know, except for the thing you want to know. You're paying because you don't know.
So, would one of you like to pay the man?
I'd like to bargain him down.
Alright, go ahead and roll. He knows that's a pretty steep price, so let's say target number 10.
He knows he's fucking with you.
Hey,
Alright, it'll go down to 200.
I'm breaking my balls here already. Okay.
I am just a humble businessman trying to make a living. And he will take your
I'm
credit
very Adam
chit,
Coble of you.
and he will dance it between his fingers before it just vanishes into his long coat sleeve. Then the horse-faced man will steeple his fingers and say, the people you're looking for are the Sith. Spooks,
goodness.
spies, commandos, call them what you will.
Actual Sith or Imperials?
Imperials.
Shut up. Fuck off. It's a legitimate question, as in, are we dealing with Force users or soldier people?
I'm wind
No,
scouting.
you're dealing with the more dangerous of them. Some sort of spies or assassins, I think. They have a safe house here in the district.
Delightful. Often was absconded with by the fucking... What was it? Intelligence service?
Perhaps. The
Mm.
dealings of the Empire are one thing I don't delve too deeply into.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, how delightful. How long has this safe house been in place?
Some time, though it has not been this active.
The important question is, do you know a way in?
There's always a way in, but that answer is the front door in this case.
You said it yourself. You didn't want us causing any trouble. We don't cause trouble if we have a way to get in without meaning to cause trouble.
You don't understand. The safe house, any good safe house, has a front door. Perhaps it has an escape hatch, but I think that will be just as guarded.
Surely not as guarded as the front door, however.
Perhaps we can rent a speeder and ram it into the door.
Look like Cyclog.
Right after we dramatically jump out of it.
No, that's... I think they're joking. Turn my...
I'll choose to believe you.
Yeah, I'll turn my attention back to our Bothan companion here.
Like I said,
the location of the safe house would be very much appreciated. Tell you what, though, if we're breaking into a little safe house, perhaps we could waive a couple fees if we can acquire a little interesting information while we're in there for you. I imagine they've got all sorts of things written down or saved away.
Aha, a lady after my own heart.
Of course.
Yes, I think we can come to a deal there. Though, I warn you, the only way out of this deal is death and blaster
Well,
fire.
I mean, considering it's entirely possible we're walking into it, your secret is getting kept one way or the other, and it's with a dead us or a paid off success for you.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Well,
Just
I mean, a dead
try
us
to
isn't
die
a dead
immediately,
but-
not on a torture chamber. For both our sakes.
Yeah, not planning to go out tortured. Don't worry about that.
He just steeples his fingers and thinks for a moment before saying, "Very well. I happen to know that most Sith bases, these sorts of safe houses, have a computer in them. One that keeps records of who comes and who goes. It is a
Okay.
trifling thing for someone like you. I'm sure that information isn't important to you once you find whatever it is you're looking for there. Give me the
Of course.
computer, and I will tell you this information for 500 credits."
Alright, I'll try and bargain him down again. But
Okay.
this boy highballing me again.
In this case, no, he might actually be lowballing you, so let's call it target 15.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. He will take a heavy sigh and say, "Alright, you want to save your credits? Fine. Tell you what, 250 credits for the information, and the computer, and one more thing." He will
Okay.
reach into his desk drawer and he will pull out what looks like a small plastic black plug, maybe the size of a quarter. He puts it on the desk and slides it over to you and says, One of the Sith, or Imperial agents there. A rather taciturn woman with gold hair. She wears one of these in her ear. Bring that back as well.
Okay. If we're unable to acquire it, I'll pay you the remainder of the 250.
Or I'll beat it off her.
He nods. I find this acceptable.
Yep, alright then.
Alright, so you make the transaction. He tells you an apartment and building number somewhere in this area. And you, in turn, give him a fat credit stick.
Yep.
I would tell you good luck, but he will look between the three of you, and then like he just ignores H1 like you're not even a person to him, right? You're just a droid. So he looks between the three people in the room, quote unquote,
When he does that.
It's perfect.
and he says, "May the Force be with you." And then he'll make a little dismissing gesture with his hand.
And also with you.
Alright. So, straight there?
Yeah, so,
I guess so. Fucking
no backdoor entrance?
no. He just said that there is the only thing that they might have would be an escape hatch, which I don't think I can afford that knowledge. And also, if it's an escape hatch, it's probably not also a door in.
I mean, maybe. Should have argued, you know, you don't want us to get us in trouble. We find the subtle way to go into, and we avoid trouble, or at least as much as there could be. I don't know about you, but H1's original idea sounds pretty awesome.
No, we're not. Okay, no. That's what we like to call an epically grand gesture. And I think we had I'm sure we've had the grand gesture talk before.
Yeah, and the answer was, it's Star Wars, shut up, DCO.
It also sounds like this is an apartment, not a building of its own. Would kind of hit a lot of other things.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's called collateral
Fine.
damage. I think what you mean to say is you've mispronounced it, and that's called acceptable losses.
I'm playing light side, otherwise it would be that.
Brutal.
I'll ram a car into a building some other day, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't have
Just-
the agility to dive out safely afterwards.
It's just a
This is
pity we
correct.
can't recreate that one 1950s movie about giant Gila. It's called Giant Gila Monster, and how they destroy it is by ramming a Model T full of nitroglycerin into it.
Dope.
Excellent.
That could have been us. That could have been us. We even have the detonation charges.
I have debt packs.
It could be us, is all I'm
Then
saying.
lust for explosions is $2,000 and can't be contained.
Could be us, all I'm saying. But yes, suppose we go straight there. Like, we can't get any information on the layout or anything, can we?
What information?
I don't
Just
know.
fucking
Like,
go for it. Believe.
I believe in the power of nitroglycerin.
No.
Damn
Well,
it.
I
Fine,
believe in
I'm
a thing
done.
called love.
Yeah, just
Alright.
listen to the rhythm of my heart, okay? It's arithmetic. Give me fucking conniptions. Let's do
Suppose
this.
we'll have
We
to.
go.
I suppose we can try to do this quietly.
Don't worry, H1. Next time something like this happens, we'll fill our speeder bike with dead packs, and you can press the big red button.
I'm gonna squint. I think amongst our group I'm the only one who owns a bike. Please don't blow up my bike.
I mean, if we're in a situation like this again, there's gonna be one to steal. It's just,
I guess.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
All right, let's head over to our destination. Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Alright, so we swipe away from the group and up into space this time. Just in time to see a large black ship
Oh.
slam out of hyperspace. and begin its steep descent towards the planet's surface. We don't get a good look at the craft. It's sleek, dark, riddled with weapons. But it has no insignia. It doesn't communicate down with the planet. It simply glides towards the surface, and it lands somewhere, a nondescript industrial park somewhere far from you guys. And as the craft lands, we see Cypher 9, our friend here, Agent Carlyle, walking towards it with his hands clasped behind his back at a brisk pace. A couple of security droids follow him, and far behind that, we see a detachment of Sith soldiers, these guys in the full red and black armor of the Empire. And as the craft lands, the docking ramp descends, hits the ground, and we see a figure step out. Tall, humanoid, cloaked in black. We see a lightsaber at their hip that sways with every step. And then we see a long mechanical hand reach out from the robes and pull back the hood. And we see a familiar face, if an unwelcome one.
Fuck off, Anakin!
Yes, indeed, Anakin, surely.
Damn it.
A red-haired woman with now several large, deep scars across her face. One of her eyes is clearly synthetic now. And she has a fierce scowl on her lips.
I'm not fierce on her lips. I could be, though.
And she turns to Agent Carlyle and, in a gruff voice, says, "You have something for me, Cypher 9." The agent snaps to attention and says, "Yes, Mom. The individuals you're looking for are here. The trap is set." She reaches to her belt and pulls out the lightsaber and says, "Excellent. Lead on." And we swipe back to our friends, who are walking down the hall towards this safe house. It's just another apartment. A probably 3 or 4 room little bolt hole on floor 57 of 300 or 400.
Alright, so I give H1 an M16, we place the dent, and we go in SWAT style.
I mean, that's a real option for you, right?
I mean, it is, but I don't think we're gonna do it. I would love. We have Sarek. We have Sarek. A breaching and clearing is in your training. Come on, what are you doing now? I'll calm down.
The thirst is so strong.
I would love to go in SWAT style for one. No. I think I'm the only one who thirsts that much for it.
Basically.
If it was more appropriate and not likely to get Ivy just shot,
I mean,
I would also be for it.
I mean, we got to get through the front door one way or another. So,
Sure, I'm gonna try
Nice.
knocking and then shooting whoever answers.
come on.
With a taser, not with an actual,
I meant like the knocking part.
Oh.
So as you're
No.
having this whispered argument on your way towards the door, you see a human man, maybe 19, 20 years old by the looks of him, very dirty, ragged and disheveled, and he reaches a cup up towards you and says, "Spare a few credits, please."
Wait,
he
he just came from the safe house?
No, he's like sitting in the hallway on the way there.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
I squint. Maybe we could get him to knock on the door and use him as a distraction.
No! We're not using people as bait, even if they're homeless.
What were you thinking? I was just thinking he opens the door, the guy looks down, and then we punch the guy in the face or something.
Ah, the Sandra method.
Yeah, jeez.
I thought you meant like, oh, good, if he opens the door first and their response is blast of fire, it's just a hobo who dies and not us.
No, if anything, that would make me not want to use that.
Exactly. That's why I was like, great, let's not use them as people bait. We're not monsters.
Okay, fine.
I gotta look this guy over. Is there anything special about this mystery hobo? It seems like it's weird for him to pick this hallway in particular.
I mean, he's not the first hobo you've seen chilling in the halls of these buildings, but yeah, you can make a perception check. I don't think search will apply here. You're just giving him a cursory look over.
14.
14. Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel like you're going to see anything out of the ordinary here. He's just like a human male, very dirty and ragged looking. Like, he's probably sick and definitely malnourished.
Sure, alright. I'll flip him a 10 chip of credits.
Okay, yeah. He thanks you, and then he pulls the cup back under this like heavy blanket he's under and sort of curls up for a bit.
Gonna look long ways at him. Say, buddy, if for some crazy reason we were to come running back down here being chased by nasty people, where would be a good place to hide?
He gives you a sort of queer look, and then sort of looks between you, and then he looks directly at the safe house, looks back at you again, and just coughs and says, garbage chutes over there. I might take you somewhere. You know, safer. He points to like a 2 foot by 2 foot little hand chute that you'd open and toss some trash down. Like, it's gonna suck going down there if you have to, but
Would I even fit?
it might
bigger than
take a
2
little
foot,
lube.
Rob?
Like, it's gonna suck real hard for Stark.
We were talking about Stark's body, not his dick.
I mean, someone who's got a droid repair kit, there's got to be some oil in there, right? Right?
Yeah. I'll flip this guy another 10 cred. And then we can continue on.
Yes, we're knocking on the door, huh?
I will give him a ration pack.
Yeah, he'll give you a smile and say, nice droid you got there.
She's a fucking sweetheart.
Alright, so here's how this is going to work. If we're going to do the knock and balk, that's the horrible name. I'm sorry for that. But if we're going to knock him and bonk him, Cal should be on the other side, prepared to punch.
I suppose so. It's either that, or you could use that handy-dandy door opening device you've got, or I could use mine, and I'll indicate the hilts that we've both, got.
Okay, I feel like if we're going to lightsaber open a door, we might as well go in.
I know, it's if knocking doesn't work out, we just,
Yeah.
we have means.
I'm slightly more in favour of a debt charge than those. One might be, anyone. The other is kind of obviously someone who has one of those. And how many people actually do?
That's a fair point.
Either way, I will actually concentrate with force control to prepare to deliver a KO punch.
Cool.
And I'll be at the side of the door. Unless you may knock at any time.
Yeah, I mean, my gear has admittedly been scourged of its Empire marks, but it's still a scout helmet and might pass me under cursory, so I'm gonna pull that
Hold on. If we do get in a fight, are we going blasters on stun or full power?
Depends how geared they are. If they're in full armor, we're probably gonna have to go violent and just try and, patch them up afterwards. But if they're in, plain clothes, stun.
Okay.
I'd feel weird, shooting people dead in, no armor and stuff. Yeah. I'll preemptively, I guess, my gunner's gonna have it selected to stun. And yeah, well, if everyone's ready, I'll pull the scout helmet on over my head. Fucking thing. Pause and fidget and get my ears in place. And then shaving a haircut. The most obvious of knocks.
There's no response.
Alright, is there a control panel here?
You look, and you've noticed every door in the hallway, other than this one, has one, and there's a space for one here, but it's been removed, and then some drywall's been put up over where it should be. That's just ever so slightly discolored from everywhere else.
Sure. Would this be a securities test to figure out a way to open this door?
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
$11.
Alright. You know that a door like this, if this really is an Imperial safe house, only opens from the inside. They've got some sort of station chief inside at all times to open the door if someone needs it. They specifically do not want anyone to be able to just open the door. So, you can get someone to open it for you, or you can blast it. And while you debate that, I'm going to go pull my dog inside because she's barking. And now howling.
Sure.
Bark, 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 bark.
Okay, I mean, he's not
So,
Ants.
Who has the flashbangs?
No, we don't have flashbangs, sadly.
Oh, I was hoping somebody would be like, actually.
No such luck.
Well, I did.
Flash. Damn it.
Yeah,
My-
her gun.
My gun, yeah. My gun has. I literally just stole the Imperial Agent gun ability. Imperial
What?
Agents in the Old Republic have a flash round. I forget
Flashbang through the door.
which specialization was that, Scout? I know it's only with one specialization. Is that the assassin? It's not the sniper. I know that for a fact.
It's the assassin gets a different stun. The flashbang stun is the Technicist's range one. Although that was
Okay.
recently, well, I say recently, ages ago, modded that everyone has access to that ability because they changed how talent trees worked a bit.
Alright, I'm
Weird.
back. Say hello to
Oh,
Tasha,
weird.
everybody.
Rude.
Woo for the birthday girl.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Tasha.
All right, so we got two options here. Rather try to lightsaber through the door, which might be sort of kind of stealthier, or if we detonate charge to blast through the door, we actually are going to have to clear at SWAT speeds, because then we won't have any time to waste. Every second will be precious.
Yeah.
So it's guns blazing or guns sort of blazing, maybe kind of. We get lucky and there's stealth.
Guns blaze at 420.
I mean, if the door actually does work that way, they'll already know we're here. Nothing, no two ways about it.
Well, we already knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
All right, H1, here's your M16. You got the detonation charges already?
I have a bowcaster already, and I have my det charges.
All right. Let's set one against the door and be prepared to reach.
I have 5
boy.
demolition packs.
All right, let's do this thing.
Can
Alright.
you actually make a demolition pack instead of being a big fuck-off bomb? Enough
Yes.
just to blast through a door? All right.
Each one does 1d of structural damage, which is on a higher level than just blaster damage.
Mm.
All right. If that's the case, then Cal will be ready with lightsaber in hand. He doesn't have to flick it on because that's just a switch.
Yeah, it's like, all right, time to be stealthy, and you like hold it up as though you've got like a scope. All right, I'm ready with the lightsaber.
Can I make a demolition roll to look at the door to figure out how much I might need to actually blow the door in.
Alright, so you've had this conversation, you go up to the door to, like, analyze it. And normally you could definitely make that roll, except some stuff happens.
Great.
The door open. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get shot. I think we spent too much time faffing around outside.
So, in rapid succession, some stuff happens. The door opens.
They flashbang us instead!
Yeah, there's a heavy blaster rifle pointed at H1's face. The hobo stands up, pulls out a blaster pistol, and aims it at your backs. And several of the doors on the hallway just open up, and security droids start storming out with blasters up. What would you like to do?
Oh my god, for fuck's sake, Hobo Man.
I told you we shouldn't have knocked.
Oh,
well, first off, the Hobo Man betrayed us, so he goes first.
Alright.
Wait, no, actually, no, I take that back. There's a gun in front of H1's face, and I value H1. I can her away. I don't want her to get shot in the face.
Alright, so it's a fight then.
I think it's a fight.
All right.
Wait, you
We're
mean
not going to go quietly.
You mean there's an option to surrender?
No.
And they haven't shot you yet.
Oh.
Look, we'll do this properly. We're gonna fuck them up.
I mean, all I'm saying is the last time we were in this situation, we chose fight. Just saying, but...
Yeah, so I mean, we should choose fight again.
Alright, fuck it.
How many droids is a lot of droids, by the way?
Good question. The answer is that 4 make their presence known immediately. But there's probably more, they just can't fit in the hallway all at once. So, with that in mind, would everyone please fill out your perceptions?
So about that cover system, yo.
Yes.
And how non-existent it is. God damn it. This is going to be painful for
I
one of
mean,
us.
there's no cover in here at all. It's a hallway, like in an apartment complex.
I mean, the apartment door opened.
And yeah, you can use the door as cover. That's true.
Assuming we can take care of the guy at the door, maybe we get a way in that's at least more covered. It's a risk, but hey, if you have to choose between the enemies in the hallway, no cover, and the inside, which might have cover.
All right, H1 and the droids. I mean, I'll give you a hint what they're doing on their turn. Pew, 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 pew.
So who's shooting? Who's got a gun aimed to my face?
Blondie here. It is a woman in a dark jacket with short blonde hair. She is very mean looking. She has a stun baton on her hip, and there's a blaster pistol, like a little holdout, on her other hip. But she has taken out like a big fat like assault rifle. This is like if we continue with the Star Wars theme of just taking World War II guns and sci-fiing it, this is like a BAR. Huge fuck-off blaster rifle.
Is it even a blaster rifle anymore, or is it a repeating blaster?
It's probably a repeater.
Alright, she's gotta die first.
So each one, there's a gun in your face. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Yeah, I guess I'm going to just shoot her in the gut with my bowcaster.
Did you have your bowcaster out at this particular moment in time?
I'm gonna say no. Pretty sure you didn't.
Well, we were getting ready to breach and clear.
I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can have a roll off with her to see if you get to shoot. Anything else?
Oh, there. Okay, that's that. Hmm. That's right. We have to.
You gotta set up your actions for each segment. Remember, you get one action for free, and then each action thereafter imparts a rolling penalty of 1d on all actions before and after.
You know what?
I believe.
Actually, you know what? That's probably a bad idea.
Letting God love.
I believe. I believe.
Probably back away from the door. So, a move? On segment 2?
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Alright. Boop. Boop. Cow.
Fuck this bitch now.
Alright, so I guess you want to move up to Blondie and shoot her? Or stab her, rather?
What do you mean move?
Were you
I was
literally
with
just
the-
next to H1?
Yeah, I was up the side of the door,
Okay, that's fair.
and I have my lightsaber ready.
Alright. That I do
So-
remember. So, alright.
I'm gonna melee her in the face, and then on segment 2, how far away is Lilash from me?
Probably a couple meters back.
Fuck. Fuck. And poor H1 is moving away because I kind of want to throw her inside. Maybe she can get some cover.
Into the room?
Yeah, into the room.
Yeah, I like Into the Room.
So H1, are you gonna be okay with me trying to throw? Is that a thing you consent to?
You know, I mean, what do I see in the room?
You see a blonde woman with a repeating blaster rifle, and that's probably all you can really see. She's taking up most of the door.
It's basically a risk of, do you want to stay in the hallway with, or do you trust that inside will be safer?
I'll probably make my way for inside, because if we can get inside it and then close the fucking door, then hooray, for now at least.
Well, okay, since probably
Yeah,
can't.
Man. Okay.
All right. In segment 2 is trying to throw H1 inside.
I suppose that means my move will be to move to cover then.
I mean, no, you declared what your move is already.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't change it once you declared. So I guess there'll be a contest to see if you let me get, because I don't have to move yet, so she hasn't moved away from me.
Correct. These will be opposed actions.
Yeah. And then do I want to try one more thing? I guess I don't. I was gonna say I want to body shield Eilish, but after segment 1, all the shots are gonna be fired anyways. So yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Stark, you and an Imperial officer, who you guys cannot see yet, are up on the board.
Yeah, so roughly how far away are the droids?
They are a mix of in melee with you and a couple meters away. They have, like, you guys are in the hallway, they busted open the doors on the side of the hallway and have marched out.
Okay. So they are very close.
Yes.
And can I tell which droid is shooting at who?
Sure. I'll mark that here. So, one at Stark, one at Lilesh, one at Cal, and they don't really care about H1s, so it'll probably be another one at you.
Alright. So absolutely no chance of shooting both of those before they shoot me. That's not how time works. But if Cal gets interrupted and stunned, then that's sort of all of us fucked. We won't be able to get inside. So I'm going to try to shoot the droid that's going to shoot Cal and then move into the room after him.
Okay, so you are shooting Cal's droid. And then moving inside. Boop, boop. Alright, the Imperial officer is going to... So he's inside. I think he is going to use an item. And that'll be it. Lilesh.
Hello?
Scout.
Oh,
I
okay. My
think-
internet didn't go out.
No, I think I'm going to shoot the blonde bitch and try to move inside.
Alright. So, shoot Blondie and then move inside. Man, there are a lot of shots going at this poor woman.
Well,
She's
she
the one
happens
who
to have a
decided to
fucking
stand in the
very
doorway.
big machine gun, and she
It's
happens
true.
to be between us and cover from everyone else.
Alright. Imperial agent, this is the hobo. He is going to shoot Lilesh.
Damn you, Imperial Hobo.
Yeah. And let's see, what's your blaster looking like these days?
I gave you a
Me?
ration.
Or him?
No,
I'm
not
gonna-
him. In segment
I'm
2,
gonna
he
I'm
is
gonna
going to take
my
a second
ration
shot.
back.
This one will be at Cal. And the other agent... let's see, I mean, she's just gonna shoot H1 in the face, like, twice. Actually, no, she'll just do the one. She knows enough people are gonna be shooting at her, because she declares last, actually, that she would like to save her dice for dodging. So, okay, let's see. H1 and Blondie are the only people who are rolling off, I believe, in round 1. And Stark is engaging Cal's droid. So yeah.
I'm attacking Blondie, so I would roll off against her.
No. The thing... So, again, this is the Mexican standoff situation. H1 and the Imperial agent, Blondie, are directly attacking one another. They are the only ones who have to roll off. Everyone else will just have their actions happen simultaneously.
But I'm attacking her. So rather,
Yes,
So-
and...
if I hit, like, if I go first, that affects what she can do.
No, it does not.
I mean, if I kill her, she can't shoot.
Yes, she can, because it's in segment 1. She can't shoot in segment 2, but she can shoot in segment 1 unless H1 stops her.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how that works.
All right, so basically I attack her at the same time she shoots, and there's no need to roll off.
Yeah, you don't roll off. H1 and the woman roll off because they're directly impacting each other. They are basically having the like two gunslingers on a street draw and see which one of them happens to shoot first. Everyone else is just a straight attack roll. Doesn't matter what order we resolve it in. So, H1. Would you like to go ahead and dodge this turn, perhaps?
Then I guess my question is, how do we determine who goes first?
It literally doesn't matter. I'm just going to go
you're
straight
right.
down the line.
Let's see, dodging. My dodging is mediocre.
All right. Yeah, your one dexterity hurts a lot in the dodging department, so given that
shooting.
It's almost so if you roll a actually you can't dodge. You're taking an action this round.
Yeah, there's
So
no point.
you straight can't dodge. She will dodge though, so that will reduce her action economy by 1 step. So you got that going for you.
Okay.
So let's roll her dodge. She has 5D. That'll go down to 4D. So Imperial Agent is going to roll dodge. She has 4D. No modifiers. Target number is X. Okay. So the number you need to roll to hit her, for anyone to hit her, is an 18.
Fuck.
You rolled really.
I rolled pretty good. Not impossible, but hard. She's prepared
don't
for this.
think I actually can hit her. Does
Really?
meat beat?
Meets beats.
Then I have to roll max.
You do have a force point you can spend. Okay, never mind. Alright, you do not meet, so yeah, she will shoot you in the face. She has 5D in blaster, so that'll go down to 4D. Blaster. 4D. Modifier 0. Target number, you are at point blank range, so target number 5. Alright, I must have fucked up somewhere. Blaster 4, modifier 0, target number 5. Okay, that's a hit. And the damage on a repeating blaster is... Let's find out. 60. Okay, this is going to hurt a lot.
Christ, that is a lot of damage.
Yeah. So, would you like to roll your armor rating? This is generally strength. As a droid, you have the potential to have more armor. In this case, 40 plus 2. Alright, 15. So you're definitely going to get stunned this round. Well, almost certainly. I mean, you are definitely going to get stunned because you got hit. You might get away with just being wounded. So 60, modifier 0, target number 15. Okay, so yeah, you just take a light injury. She blows like a chunk of your chest armor off, slags it immediately with a big volley of plasma bolts. And then shit happens. So I'm just going to use some marks here to show that these two have already gone. Stark, go.
Right, yes.
None of these droids are dodging, so if you're targeting Cal's droid, are you using a blaster rifle?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he's effectively at point blank, so target number 5 to hit.
Oh, the droids aren't dodging, you said. Okay.
They have the same problem H1 does. They picked an action. They can't dodge.
Yeah, you can.
I know, they have a dexterity of 1D, right? I mean, I guess they could have a
Oh,
dodge
right.
skill.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like, they have 1D in dexterity, so the action penalty would zip them out.
I didn't think about... They're droids. They are only allowed one in their base attributes.
Yep. And no one's going to program a droid to dodge. So, yeah, target
And
number
I
5.
would.
And not these droids. Let's be honest, they're kind of cheap. Cheap and expendable. So, yeah, that's a definite hit. Go ahead and roll Damage.
Alright. So unfortunately, I did set this on. I did have this set on stun.
Alright. Now that can stun droids, I
So-
think, but it can't do any damage. So let's just see. Well, I guess you hit, actually, so it just gets stunned, that period.
Stun does have various different levels of effect, Steven.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. Alright, so these guys have 5d of armor. They are fairly tough. Rolling armor. Dice rolled 5. For 0. Target number. Blah, blah. Okay, 21 is the number to beat with your damage. Okay, so just a basic stun. Zap. You see electricity's course through it, and it staggers back, firing wildly. Lilesh.
Okay. So yeah, my shot's on Blondie.
Alright, the difficulty to hit her is 18.
That stays all the way. It's all in the same segment, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's why
I'm a
dodging
good
is good.
shot.
Oof.
Hey,
Hey, a
fuck
hit.
you.
Nice. So she's going to get stunned for the rest of the round, regardless, because she got shot. But go ahead and roll damage, and let's see what armor this chick has. Oh boy, this is going to hurt a lot.
She has no armor.
Yes, it turns out, if you're an Imperial Spook, you don't wear a lot of armor.
How does she feel about
Well, I'm
5d6
confused.
blaster
What?
carbine?
I'm confused. What about my attack? Okay, never mind.
Like, you're next.
Okay.
We're resolving them one at a time because otherwise it's impossible.
So yeah, 5d6 1R.
Alright. Oh, Jesus.
Scorch?
Alright, let's see if she just dies.
Oh, did you kill her?
Let's find out.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, you set your weapon on
Lilash had it
stun,
on
didn't you?
Oh right, yeah, it's on stun, so I guess she's just out fucking cold.
Yeah,
She's
she is
fucking
unconscious as fuck.
unconscious.
So, good night.
God damn it.
I mean, god damn it!
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Bloodlust must be sheathed. I forget.
Alright. We are on to Cal.
Well, now I can't.
You can't keep your coup de grace her, but
I mean, like, this is all simultaneously. You can't pull.
Well, okay. First, no, it doesn't matter because DM discretion, but initiative is supposed to be whoever rolls their dice and gets the higher number, whatever the fuck.
That's not how it starts.
No.
No.
How this works.
That's what it says in the book.
Initiative determines the order in which you declare your actions.
No. Normally, it doesn't matter when during an action segment a particular character gets to act. Everybody just moves to shoot. But in contested, or whenever an action affects another character...
Yes,
who's
but
also-
again, we've been over this like 50 times. Imagine a Mexican standoff with 3 people, each pointing a gun at one other person. And they all take the attack action.
Yeah.
Who goes first?
they're all happening, all at the
Oh.
same time.
All at the
I'm-
same
I'm-
time.
Been made unconscious by this shot at the exact same time as I hit her,
No,
and
wait.
she hit
Let,
Moo. You
let me
stabbed
explain.
her.
I know
'Cause
what
I
you're saying, DCL, but you're wrong. And we've been over
Wait,
this like
let-
20
let-
times.
Can you let him, though? He might be bringing something new up.
Because the book... Okay, look. I'm going off the first edition book where it just says whenever you do a skill that will affect another character's skill use. If the example is a Mexican standoff, but the ruling says whenever you do something that will affect another skill use. As in, if you hit somebody and they're doing something, you got to roll initiative to see if you get to do the thing. Because
Yes,
if you get
but
hit or
again,
stunned-
we come to this situation where the Mexican standoff, or like in this case, a straight-up shootout, there would be no way to resolve this in any kind of initiative order, other than
I mean,
simultaneous action, which is what normally happens.
yeah, the thing is you roll your attack, and whoever gets the highest number goes
Yes,
first.
if you are drawing off directly with one person, like H1 and the Imperial Agent did. Any
that's-
other situation, like if you're coming up to attack this woman who's attacking H1, you don't roll off because she's not attacking you.
But I mean, the ruling says that that's how that
The
would work.
ruling doesn't work in that case.
It sort of could. You just have to have everyone involved roll at the same time and then count
For every
down.
action. Yeah. So no.
Yeah.
We're doing it this way so that it doesn't
Yeah.
break forever.
If you want to do it this way, that's fine. I'm
We've
just
been
saying
doing
that's
it this way, we're going to continue doing this way. So,
all right.
would you like to melee attack? I
Melee
will give you the
attacking.
option to just cancel your attack and just do nothing on this action, but otherwise, yeah, you can just zap her with a lightsaber.
He said I couldn't pull out. I will pull out if I. She's already unconscious. I'm gonna get a dark side point if I do.
Yeah.
I feel like you aren't.
I know, she's an enemy, and this is the same moment, so we can roleplay it as Cal has no idea, but I'm giving you, the player, the option to not.
Let's. If she's unconscious and I can tell, and I'm getting the option to pull out, let's not.
Okay. So we are canceling your action.
Is there anybody else within range that I can attack?
Even if there was, you could not do it.
Okay.
Alright, so Ivy is tied up in another room. Imperial agent has taken her shot and got knocked the fuck out. Let's see. Imperial agent number 2 is going to take a shot at Lilash.
And I would like to dodge. Shall I set a
That's-
target number?
Yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
So my 5d plus 1 becomes 4d plus 1, yes?
Mm-hmm, because you've already taken one action.
Oh, for cunt's sake.
Alright, so the good news is, because this is a merciful system, you do not lower the target number to hit you. It will remain 10 for his little holdout blaster. So,
The bad news is 10 is not that hard to
the
hit.
good news is the droid that's immediately next to you with a blaster rifle will actually have a slightly harder time hitting you. So, meh. So yeah, the Imperial agent, he has one action. He has 2 actions declared actually, so he will go down to 40 in blaster. 4, no modifier. Target number is 10. He hits you.
Yep.
And he has a holdout blaster, so a mighty 3D damage. Would you like to roll
Cool.
your armor?
Sure. So it is
Uh,
strength and then plus your armor value?
Mhm.
Does your armor value go as a modifier or dice?
It's dice, unless you have light armor like a +1. So in your case, the scout armor, I assume that's
It's armor
what you're
plus
wearing.
2.
The scout armor is a full D.
No, it's not.
No, it's 2 dice. It's 2 armor.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It's
my bad.
it's
Yeah.
+2, not 2 dice.
Okay.
Scout.
Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking of stormtrooper armor. But okay. So 13 is the number to hit. Alright, so you just get
Scout.
stunned, which means you're not moving, but otherwise has no significant effect this round.
So, that shouldn't be a 13. Scalp. It's not +2 dice. It's just a +2.
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah,
plus 2 dice.
I completely fucked up. Telling you how it is.
So no, let's see here.
I'll let you re-roll if you want to. I don't know what your dice are, but yeah, the scout armor. Let's see. Okay, yeah,
So
that
how
is
armor-
indeed +2 to your roll because it is light armor.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
So in
I
this
mean,
case,
that
it's
makes
2d +3.
Makes it much less good, but it makes more
Okay.
sense.
So in that case, you do take an injury in addition to being stunned. So boop.
Yeah, awesome.
You will have a 1d penalty to all of your actions henceforth. And that's him done for this round. The Imperial officer does something nobody can see. Good job, buddy. You contributed. And now some droids.
I'm sure he did.
So I'm just going to real quick do these in order. Let's see. These guys have, I guess, the question is Starrick and Cal. Do you guys want to dodge?
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and roll those, both of you guys. Cal, would you like to dodge?
I mean, it would be a thing I could do and try.
Yeah.
So, the one move doesn't count. You only get penalties when you run, right?
Correct. You get one move for free. It just takes a segment, not an action.
Yeah, so I've got 4D of dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
And that's real good.
not good enough.
Significantly improves your chances of surviving. For
Yeah,
both
cry
of
me a
you.
goddamn river, DCL.
Yeah. You've brought the number up from 5 to 16. You've more than tripled it.
Yeah, but a 16 still not hard hit.
I mean,
It is if you're a trash tier droid.
yeah.
These don't have defense protocols programmed in, they have simple shoot.
Yeah, these guys shoot. Speaking of which, they will now shoot. I'm just
These
going to
guys
do
are not
these
like
in
custom
order.
built machines like H1 is. These are assembly line.
And this is when Saban's dice decide to say, fuck you, like they just did.
Alright, so Stark gets hit twice, but Lelesh also gets hit. Cal, you're fine. So yeah, Lelesh. Let's roll your armor first. These guys have basic rifles, I believe. Yep, actually carbines, but same difference in this case. So, Damage, rolling 5 dice. Your armor is 9. No modifiers. Target number 9. Okay, your injury is increased by 1 step, which I believe brings you to incapacitated. So yeah, everyone just sees Lesh just get boom, boom, shot. She crumples. It's a bad time. And then Stark, roll me armor twice.
Okay, it's a separate armor roll.
Yes. But I will go ahead and roll that. Oops, sorry, hold on. Fucked up my macro. Damage, 5D, modifier 0, target number 16. Okay, you just get stunned, so you're not moving, but that's the only effect from the first shot. And then the second shot will be against armor 12. Modifier 0, target number 12. Oh, jeez.
Not double though, so it's just 1 injury.
Yep, just the 1 injury. Alright, so you're injured and you're stunned. Could have been a lot worse. So Lelesh is unconscious, but other than that, Stark's a little hurt. Everyone else is fine. Nobody except H1 on your team and Cal are moving, so... Cal, in segment 2, you and H1. H1's trying to move away from the door, you're trying to move towards it. Would you both make a strength check?
I apologize in advance. I don't know, maybe my dice will be shitty.
Well, she can't beat it.
She did beat it.
No, this is strength just like your attribute, unless you have something that makes you better at, like, lifting and
Then
resisting.
it's 2 points. Oh wait. Oh, you mean literally just the attribute?
Yeah, just your strength attribute.
Oh, then it's 5 is my roll.
Yes. Okay. So you start doing the little, like, C-3PO scurry away from the door, and Cal just grabs you and yanks you inside over this woman's unconscious body. And as that's happening, Cal, you're going to get shot. The number to hit you is 16 from an Imperial operative. He has already shot once this round, so his blaster skill is reduced to 4D. Blaster, 4D, modifier 0.
It's a new segment, he has to roll a new dodge.
Oh yeah, that's true. So thank you. DCL, would you like to dodge again?
I would like to dodge again with a -1, right?
With a -2. -2 dice.
Okay. Okay. Target number. I guess the target number hasn't been rolled yet. Probably gonna get hit.
Well, let's see. So he has a target number 13. All right, meets beats. So.
Oh wait, beats if you're PC.
Yes, it meets. Oh, right, you're right. That is how that works in this game.
So I just barely dodge.
Yeah, you just dodge, like it grazes your shoulder, but you shrug off the pain and keep moving inside with H1. And that's combat turn 1. Done. H1. Everyone who was stunned except for Lilesh and the Imperial Agent, who is unconscious AF. Or, sorry, you're still injured. But you're not stunned. H1 is not stunned. And yeah, that one droid is also not stunned anymore. So, H1, declare your actions, please.
So I'm just inside the door of the room now.
Yes, you have been dragged into the room.
I feel as though I have to do this because it is in I'm sorry, DCL. I know what you're trying to do, but I have to do this. But I am going to use a force point to immediately turn around, leave the room, grab Lilesh, and then blast the Imperial Agent while retreating with Lilesh into the room to save her.
Okay, so this sounds like you're going to move. You're going to shoot, and then you're going to move again. Correct?
Yes.
Alright, so this is move out, and then move in.
I do want to point out that I have great wait a minute. I have a lot of incentive to lightsaber the guy still, because he'll still get a shot off before you get shot on him. And if that happens, you don't get to use your force point. Assuming he shoots you.
Alright.
I mean, it's already happening.
So, Sith droids, Sith droids are going to Sith droid, so they're all going to shoot. This time, since H1 is coming out of the room, they will take a shot on her. Let's see, they've now seen Cal use a lightsaber, so they will probably put their extra shot on him. So, one on H1.
Am I not in the room?
You are, so you will get some cover, actually. Which will increase
Whatever good that's worth.
Yeah, hey, I mean, if you get a hit, it will keep you from getting injured. Boom, boom, boom. Cal.
Right. So, this Imperial asshole, how far away is he?
He's probably like 8 meters.
8 meters, you say? That sounds like a lightsaber toss.
Okay. So we're gonna use the Force, I imagine.
No, I'm just gonna throw the lightsaber at him. Oh,
Okay.
wait, yeah, shit, we've been over this. What was the ruling? We're doing the whole thing where you let go.
Yeah, so you would need
Okay, then I can't do that. I don't have alter yet.
Ah, yes, that's right. You don't.
So, shit. 8 away, you say. 8 away.
Now,
So
that is
I have
within
to-
your move range.
I mean, it's totally within my move range. It's just, he's gonna get a shot off either way. Which really sucks. And, H1's already gonna force shoot this guy, so I think safe to say he's gonna go down. I don't want to believe in H1's ability to shoot. I want to believe in the power of friendship. And I guess, shit, Sterek's being shot at. Okay, so here's my question, right? If I say, no, okay, no, movement is always its own segment, even if you don't move over 5 meters, right?
Correct.
Actually, let me see.
Your first movement is always a segment. It doesn't. The first time you move doesn't count as an action for penalty purposes.
Okay. If you run, I'm just trying to remember if movement counts as an action if it's within 5 meters.
Yes,
I remember
it does.
lightsaber. Okay.
Oh, sorry, it doesn't count as an action, but it takes up a segment.
Yeah. Remember, lightsabers actually have like a range of 5 meters, though. So, but he's out of it, so I still have to move. Uh, I am in between a rock and a hard place. How far away are the droids outside? I know they're down the hallway and shooting.
They're the same distances, so between 5 and 10 meters away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, H1 is trying to get to Lilash, and I'm kind of right next to her. So if I take the dodge action, can I cover shots at H1 and just say I'm using lightsaber to deflect bolts?
You can try and aid her dodge. Yeah, you can spend an action to help her dodge. I think that's fair.
But I can't do the dodge action myself, which is what I was going to try to do.
Not unless you're getting shot.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm in front of her, is it like I have to get shot for him to try to shoot H1, or is it just no? I don't know how that would work.
What exactly are you trying to do?
So, like, let's say I'm in front of the door, right? And
You're not
H1 is
in
trying
front of the door. You're in the door. You're with H1.
Okay. So H1's moving past me, and I don't want her to get shot.
Uh-huh.
So if I take the dodge and I'm in front, does he have to shoot me first, or can he still just shoot H1?
H1's way bigger than you, so yeah, he can just shoot H1.
Oh, God damn it, I forget I'm a shorty.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna move in and try to attack the guy.
Okay.
Just in case H1 gets shot and gets stunned. So first that segment move, second segment lightsaber attack the guy.
Okay.
I will move just close enough that I do not take the penalties.
All right, Stark.
All right. See, so is H1 actually grabbing Lilash? Is my question.
She's trying to.
If he gets shot and stunned, it won't happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna just preempt that, grab Lilash, and dash inside.
Okay. So you're moving in. In segment 1, anything else?
I think I'm just gonna save my dice for being able to dodge and make sure we actually get inside.
Okay. The Imperial officer is going to move, and then he's going to shoot. Bloop, bloop. And who's in the room right now? Cal, I think. Yeah, he's going to shoot at Cal. Lesh.
Yeah.
You are unconscious, so
Cool. Good talk.
yeah, no worries there. Imperial agents are the last ones. Yeah, I mean, one of you is moving into the line of fire, so Hobo Man is going to take a shot at H1, and then he's going to take a shot at probably Stark. Actually, no, he'll do that in the reverse order. He is going to shoot at Stark first so that he doesn't get away. And then he'll shoot at H1. And the other Imperial agent is unconscious, so bloop. Bloop. So, nobody's actions directly impact one another. So let's go with the shooting first. So Imperial Agent on Stark. You'd have a -1d to dodge. Which,
For what? Oh yeah, for
your injury. Yep. So,
Yeah, still that's 40.
mhm.
Although actually, I do have a question. If he stuns me, I'm moving in the same segment.
Yeah, so you will
which
finish your
takes
move,
priority.
then get stunned.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, fall inside the door.
Basically, yeah. So you're
At least
getting
I
inside
get
either
that.
way, but it's a question of how fucked you are.
I'm debating whether... Shush, DCL. That's how Saban says it works. It's... I'm debating whether to spend a force point. If I... Although if I fail here, I'm still getting Lilesh inside. So...
What the fuck?
I have no idea.
DCL, you're making strange noises.
Someone's haunted by some kind of malevolent spirit.
You know what? No, I won't do it. I'm still getting inside.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead and roll dodge. Ooh, that's real unfortunate. So, yeah, it's better off just taking the 10.
Do.
Alright, so let's resolve this shot. He has 4D. Blaster. 4 dice, no modifiers. The target number is 10 because he is just using a holdout blaster, which has a range of bad. Alright, you're going to need a hit. Now for the armor.
Yep.
And the good news is this guy's got a holdout blaster, so it does very low damage.
19.
He literally cannot hurt you. Yep. Plink. So it hurts, but that's about it.
Of course, I've only got an 8 against the other goddamn droid, so...
Yeah, I mean, hey, it still makes it harder to hit you than the 5 he otherwise would have with a carbine. So, while not a huge boost, it is still, it does help. Alright, speaking of which, next droid will be shooting at H1. H1, you cannot dodge, so let's just see if he hits you. Blaster. One second.
Lad.
Alright, so let me restart this. So the droid has 4D in
Getting
blaster.
echoes from your mic, DCL.
4 dice. No modifier. Target number is 5.
God damn it.
Alright. H1, you move out and then get shot in the chest. Please roll your armor. D, modifier 0, target number is 13. Alright. So this time you take an injury in addition to your stun, so your shot won't go off and you are stuck out in the hallway. So yeah, H1 starts droid walking out. She's shooting her blaster down the hallway to suppress the enemy. And this agent just takes a bead fearlessly and... or the droid, rather. Actually, it's a droid that hits you. So yeah, the droid just doesn't give a shit. It just... Pew! And shoots you in the chest again. Let's see. The droid on Stark. Already rolling. Blaster. Dice rolled 4. Modifier 0. Target number is 8. Alright, he hits. Stark, would you like to roll your armor?
I mean, I'd rather not, but I guess I prefer rolling over just taking damage.
It's probably a good plan.
17.
Alright, 17. So he has no modifier. The target number is 17. Alright, just a stun. No worse. And then 2 shots at Cal. Cal, would you like to dodge?
Okay, so question. How is that working?
What do you mean?
I'm inside the room, and I'm going deeper inside the room.
Oh, are you? I thought you were going outside to melee the Imperial agent.
I thought the Imperial agent was inside the room.
No, the officer's
You're
inside
going-
the room.
No, I'm going
We
after
can't
the
see-
officer.
We can't see the name of
You-
the
you didn't even
officer
know he
is
was
the
there.
problem, so...
Yeah, when we went inside the room, he shot at me, and then I
No,
was
he
going
hasn't done anything to you guys. He's inside. He used an item last round that nobody knows what he did.
Oh, then who
Okay.
shot me when I went inside the room?
The agent, I believe?
How? I went inside the room around cover. Like,
That was
I
last round. I have no idea what happened. You can watch the VOD later.
I assumed that there was a guy inside the room, and that's who I was attacking because he shot at me.
No, you were being shot as you were walking through the door over the body of the girl. That's how
Oh.
it happened. You
Yeah,
weren't
'cause
shot
I
from
was-
inside. That's where the confusion's coming from. You were still being shot through the doorway as you were in the process of entering.
Because here's the reason why I'm confused. Because when I went and Saban said a reaction went off and I got shot, so I assumed that there was somebody waiting inside
No,
who shot
that
me.
I did not say that at all.
I mean, I got shot as soon as I moved inside. Like,
Yes, the guy had already declared he was going to shoot you, though. This is
Okay.
just a problem of the explanation being not as clear as we might like, and confusion ensuing.
because I was very much not of the mind to go back into Death Hallway. at
Okay,
all.
that's fine. I like if you were just confused over what was happening, that's my bad. So, if you want to just if you want to move deeper into the room, that you can. That's fine, and then you'll see that guy. But pretending that you had no idea this officer was here.
Yeah, if I had no idea he was there was no reason for me to move in. If anything, I'm probably preparing a force dash so I can try to quickly nab and run back with Lilash. So
Okay.
I'm preparing my powers for the force. while
Or
taking
in this
cover
case, you
around the
mean
corner.
run back with H1.
Oh, can I get both of them? I have
Lilash is already in.
Oh,
I mean,
Really?
you wouldn't have known that, but yes, Lilash got in.
oh.
Yes. I, stagger into the door, dragging Lilash and reeling from blaster shots. She's in. It's...
Yeah.
Okay, at this
H1
point,
was
I-
the one who went out, blasters firing, and then got stunned.
Okay, so at this point, I think I'm just doing nothing and taking cover because I wouldn't have seen H1 get stunned until after.
Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So Cal's taking cover. We can assume he's full defensing.
Yeah.
So, if you were taking the full defense action, you add your dodge to the base number to hit you. So, would you like to dodge?
Yeah, I guess I'm still within enough cover to get shot at, so I will dodge the shots coming at me with my full dodge of 60. See if I can't do a good. I had one in that, but that's a 20 plus whatever the DC is.
So, these guys are shooting at difficulty 10 since you're in the room right now. So, good luck. Well, they can't hit you.
Okay.
Okay. And then the Imperial officer steps around a corner. And let's see, I think we resolved that. So we're on to segment 2. The Imperial agent will shoot H1. So
No.
he has 4D to hit. Let me restart that macro. Blaster. 4D. No modifier. Target number is 10. He hits. H1, roll your armor. Target number is 13. Alright, no effect. The bolt glances off your armor. It would stun you, but you're already stunned. No big deal. And then Cal's going to get shot in the back.
Okay. There we go.
don't think this officer, he cannot hit you. Yeah, he basically can't hit you. So, yeah, you're so busy dodging that you just accidentally gun kata this guy, and his shot goes wide. And yeah, you hear cursing, turn around, there's a dude.
Okay.
Boom. So, stuns wear off from H1 and Stark. And none of the Imperials are injured. So, H1, declare your actions.
I guess I'm going to move back into the room. Now, the reason I went outside the room in the first place is now inside the room.
Alright. So, completing
I
your...
just wanted to use my force point to do something heroic and save someone. Damn it, Merzendi.
Look, I'm sorry. You got stunned anyway.
I wouldn't if I had used my force point, but you had already grabbed Lilesh. Alright, I'm just gonna move in the fucking door. I'm just gonna move in and take her. Alright, you know what? I'll move into the room. I'll shoot the officer that just tried to shoot Cal in the back.
Okay.
Right.
So move in, shoot Mr. Officer.
Nice save. I heard the sneeze. You muted afterwards.
Alright, the Sith droids. Everyone is now inside. I mean, H1's going inside.
Yes,
so
come
they're
closer.
just going to ready a bunch of actions to shoot you guys if you come outside.
Oh,
Because they don't want to just rush in. That's not what they're programmed to do.
ah.
So yeah, they just, like, aim their guns at the door. Cal, what would you like to do?
Well, there's a guy behind me.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is he from me? How big is this room?
He has his gun basically to your back. It is a miracle that you dodged.
Oh, yeah, he gets lightsabered.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair reaction to this guy.
And, you know, I guess since they're all readying a shot, I won't move any deeper. Actually, on my segment 2, can I ready a lightsaber blow if that Imperial agent comes inside here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I will do on that then.
Alright, so you're readying a melee. Readying to melee the Imperial agent. Boop boop boop. Dunsky doodle. Stark and the Imperial officer. I'll go ahead and do the Imperial officer because that's real obvious. He would like to shoot Cal.
Is there a like switch for the door on this side? or
There sure
at the
is.
Deeper end. All right, I'm gonna join in on Club Shoot the Officer and then press the button.
Alright.
In segment 2.
Uh,
Does pressing the button count as an actual action?
No, but it will use a segment.
Yeah.
So, no action penalty, but it will happen in segment 2. Alright, Lilesh remains unconscious. The Imperial agent is going to... He's gonna throw a grenade in the door.
how do grenades work again?
Really evilly.
Doesn't he have to make a roll, hopefully, to maybe go sideways?
Yeah, you have to make a roll to throw things.
Yep.
Maybe he'll throw it long or wide or whatever.
The best result would be that he hits the side of the door and the grenade bounces back and kills everyone outside. It's unlikely, but you
That
know,
would be
crit
the best.
failures are a thing that happens. And then in segment 2, actually, let's see what this guy's grenade is. Okay, 3D. He's not going to take any more actions. Other Imperial agent remains unconscious. You guys have access to her body if you would like to jack a heavy or a light repeating blaster rifle. And let's start with actions. So, Cal, you and the Imperial officer are having a drawdown moment. Would you like to dodge?
I would like to roll off
Okay.
because the Imperial officer who's shooting at me also lightsabering.
Yes, that's why I'm asking if you would like to dodge to make it harder for him to shoot you.
I would like to roll off, relying on the dice without the dodge penalty.
Okay, that's fine. The Imperial officer would very much like to dodge, because
You
actually,
can't
you can't
dodge a
dodge.
lightsaber
You would have to
with him.
be melee pairing. Okay, so
But he has to dodge if he wants to dodge the other.
I mean, yeah, he'll deal with that on
When it comes.
Yeah. So okay, it's just gonna be a straight roll off. He has a blaster pistol. He has 4D plus 2 to hit you. It's his only action. So he's rolling blaster. He's rolling 4D plus 2. Modifier. His target number is 5 because he's next to you.
Ooh, wow, you rolled good, but I rolled just slightly better.
You did, and the base difficulty doesn't matter in roll-offs. So yeah, you spin around and slice into him. Go
roll
ahead
damage.
and roll your damage.
36.
Okay, bye, dude. He has armor of 3D plus 1 versus 36. How badly does he die? Yeah, you straight up kill him. You triple his health. How do you kill this dude?
Once I get a lucky dodge and dodge his blaster bolt on the same motion, I'll carry the momentum and swing upwards at a diagonal, or pretty much just like cleave him in two from a reaction spin.
Yeah, brutal. So we just see your lightsaber vroom, slice through this dude, and his body just bisects. Nasty. And Stark, you shoot the corpse. Alright, and that's segment 1, everybody. Oh, wait, there's a grenade. Alright. Dude.
How far away is he from the door?
He's about 8 meters, as we've discussed, so...
There's a chance.
So that's... Well, grenade is a complex process. It's
Yeah.
actually the single most roll-intensive system in this game.
Yeah. So, what's
You've got to roll to see if you're hit with the grenade. It's the same range difficulty for a regular gun attack saving.
I'm just wondering, like, what's the range increment on a grenade?
That's a good point.
Does it say so?
I do have it right on the book right on the page already.
Alright. Be happy this isn't a thermal detonator.
Lines of the
This is just a frag grenade.
So this is, for a frag grenade, this is long range, 7 to 10 meters.
Okay. Wow, that is nasty.
Yeah.
Okay, so short, medium, long. So it's difficulty 20.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus.
Thank the gods.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, you might get hit by the blast radius. It's just he's not going to literally beam you with a grenade and blow you up.
Okay, that's fair.
So he fails by a lot.
He fails by twice. Is there any significant penalty from that? I know there is for lightsabers.
Yeah.
No, if he had more ones than anything else, he would crit fail and blow himself up. But no.
No. For DC related fails, it's how much you like for lightsabers. If I fail by twice,
I get you. I'm just saying he doesn't like crit fail.
Oh.
But yeah, let me just open up the rule book and walk myself. Or Mers, why don't you walk us through grenades? I don't want to open up the rule book.
So he's failed. He needs to roll 1d for the scattered direction, and 3d for the distance. What did he get?
3 and an 11.
3. So that is directly to the right of where he was aiming. 11 meters.
So it hits It hits the wall. So, if it hits the wall next to the door, and it misses by 11 meters, it's going to bounce backwards 3 meters, because the door is 8 meters away. So the grenade lands in the hallway, 5 meters away from this guy.
Okay. So, he himself is in the medium range of the grenade. He can dodge.
Yeah, he'd sure like to.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna copy and paste the table from the quick reference section of the back so I don't have to be on 2 pages at once.
So,
But yeah, the grenade also makes its... Oh! Yeah, the grenade makes its own roll to hit people as well.
Alright, what does Mr. Grenade roll?
Hold on.
and this is
Come
why
on,
we
little
never
grenade,
roll-
I believe in
Hitting
you.
characters, first range section.
And this is why we never rolled a grenade
Okay.
ever again.
Yup.
So anyone within 10 meters, which is him,
And
2 of the
all
droids,
of these
none
droids.
of us.
Basically.
Well, here's the thing. What about the
Probably
wall?
only half the droids. Some of them are on the other side of the door, surely.
So here's the thing. How does that interact with the wall that's right behind us?
So again, it's nothing behind us. Like, okay, let me draw this out.
Okay, so the grenade, the
Like,
grenade rolls...
imagine this.
Sorry.
This is the hallway, right?
Right?
Agent's like here-ish. He's got droids somewhere around there, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers are in here.
Oh, where it's... The door is at the end of the hallway, not on the side of the one.
So he throws his grenade. It hits the wall. It bounces backwards. None of you are affected. It rolls back into the agent, exactly like I said would be the worst case scenario for this guy. So yeah, I think
here's...
it's safe to say the droids all get blown up.
Well, the grenade needs to roll to hit. It's got 4D. It's 3 meters behind him, so that is still in close range. So yeah.
So the grenade rolls 3D.
4D to hit.
Oh, sorry. Well, I think Mr. Grenade's probably going to hit. Yep, Mr. Grenade hits.
And then... Now it's hit, it rolls damage, so it's...
Okay, so Mr. Grenade is going to roll 5d6 for damage. Oh dear.
Is he point blank or is Mr. Grenade close?
I think Mr. Grenade is close.
Only 4D damage.
Okay, so... That would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16... Let's try that again. 7. 16. Armor for the droids is 5D, so let's roll 5d6.
Does it roll damage for each individual person or just once for all?
I think we'll speed it up to just the once since it doesn't really matter. Okay, all the droids just get stunned. Good job, dudes. And the agent with his mighty 2D plus 1 gets like a leg blown off or something. And for all intents and purposes, is out of the fight. Because, fuck.
Nice grenade, jackass.
Yeah, and then Stark closes the door as the hallway fills with shrapnel. And the officers and all the enemies are defeated. Good job, guys. You did it.
Well, that was a bit of a clusterfuck.
Lilash is incapacitated. We don't have Ivy. How are you going to take care of her?
How bad does Lilash look? Is she in danger of bleeding out?
No, she is unconscious from pain, but she is not dying immediately.
Alright. H1, stay here, watch the door. They might try to cut or blast through it. And, Kid, we need to sweep and clear the rest of this place. If Ivy's here, then we'll get her to fix Lil up. Otherwise,
Literally, as you say that, you hear pew 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 from deeper in the room.
Well, lightsaber ready. Let's move.
All right, so you run towards the sound of the blaster fire. I think the TLDR here is Stark kicks open a heavy metal door and runs inside. There's a blinding flash of light as what looks like a drape of black cloth is yanked down off the walls. You see Ivy chained up naked in a chair. She's on her side. There is the remnants of another Sith security droid. It has its blaster pointed at the door, like with Ivy in between you. And as far as you can tell, this droid must have shot its blaster, missed Ivy, and the ricochet blew it up.
What does the Force have? That's the real question here.
do the Sith really not have any idea how to build a functional droid?
Apparently not. It made a whining sound as it was charging up to shoot me in the back.
Alright.
So many questions. Quick look around the room to make sure there's nobody else.
No, there's nothing. There's a small chest just outside the door which has all of Ivy's stuff in it.
Is there a key to the chains?
I have a lightsaber. That's an insta key to all chains.
That's true.
Okay.
But before I do that,
Lightsabers really close to skin are not a good thing. Even if you don't cut in, that shit burns.
actually, is that a thing? Do lightsabers have like residual heat outside
I mean,
plasma blade?
theoretically they should, but they
But-
don't in
They
any of the
don't.
movies. Like, they get used to break handcuffs and shit all the time.
No, they
Yeah.
don't because they're contained within a field.
Theoretically, a lightsaber shouldn't be able to exist, but whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
So, yeah, it's totally safe and fine. Bzzzt.
It's
Yeah,
the
but
same. It's the same reason why it's not just shooting an extremely long beam out of the handle like a constant energy beam. It's contained within a field.
Yeah, but before I do that, since we've already been burned by an ambush once, let's see if these guys are really that deceptive. And I will get close to Ivy and use Force Sense and try to sense any malevolent intent to see if this is a fake.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, you could just take a hollow pick. It would last longer.
Cal will eye harder. Wait, I put in the wrong thing. So dice roll, sense, 3, no modifiers, unknown target.
Nice. All right, so I think we closed today's session off on Cal saying, I've got a bad feeling about this. And just as he does, the camera pans over to the Star Wars equivalent of C4 bricks, just chilling out in the corners of this little safe house, going beep, 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 beep.
Oh boy.
Fade to black.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, I'm glad I got to do nothing.
You
Before he
resisted
died.
torture for the most part, so that's good.
All right. Well, thanks for running Saving. It was a lot of fun. I gotta bounce.
All right, fair enough.
Bye, Strain.
Peace.
And
I also enjoyed not doing anything effectually.
I'm sorry.
Heroic moment ruined.
I mean, the heroic moment was not ruined because of Starrick. You got stunned and you couldn't dodge. It wouldn't have happened either way.
I said I didn't do this. I didn't do a force point because Starrick went in and
Oh.
did it, the action anyway.
I mean, if you force pointed, your dodge would have been like a 1d6.
When the fuck did you get 3D in dodge?
What?
H1 does indeed have the dodge skill, unlike shitty droids. Because she's not a shitty droid.
Yeah,
she's
but
a good droid.
3D is a lot
Wow.
for a droid.
That was like the first thing I put points in from our first endeavor.
Okay, then maybe you would have actually been able to.
I put like all my points into dodging.
I thought you had like 1D plus or 2D at most, not 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because if the attribute gets reduced to 1 or 0 or whatever, then you can't use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's so bad for droids. Please buff.
Yeah, droids have it pretty rough on the action economy, but they're not really meant to be fighting, you know? Because combat droids didn't exist when this book came out. Like, that was straight up not a thing.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, they did in
It
KOTOR.
was actually. The way it talks about different degrees of droid,
Yeah, they do
degree one
mention combat
droids-
droids, but they've never appeared in Star Wars up until now. They're just like a theoretical thing that existed.
The first droid meant for war that ever came out was in Episode 1.
Mm-hmm. At least canonically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
But yeah,
Actually,
stuff.
Actually, when did KOTOR come out? Actually,
2003, 2004.
when did Episode 1 come out?
1999.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just forget about it because they were so bad, but yeah.
I remember
feel like
falling
I thought
asleep
that-
in the theater
Wow.
at episode 1.
I thought that KOTOR had come out
No.
before that.
No.
That's so weird.
No, KOTOR totally came after.
That's weird.
Yeah, KOTOR came out the year before Episode 3 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did it
July
actually?
15th, 2003.
It's been a while, man.
Or November 19th, 2003.
Why do these shitty
You know what?
fucking guys?
Then Attack of the Clones, May 2002.
Say this, Luke. The dodge system we're using. Fuck.
DCL, I can't understand you.
I was saying the dodge system we're using now is brutal.
Yeah, that is a statement which is true. Like, fighting in the Star Wars game is actually quite deadly for...
No, oh, in second edition it is. In first edition, it's not deadly at all. That's why you.
Well, yeah, let me rephrase that. It's deadly if you get hit. If you
yeah,
don't
but-
get hit, then everything's fine forever, and who cares?
But now we're getting hit all the time.
Yeah. That is the nature of the beast. Yeah, but I know, just to bring the conversation back around, I know Scow was talking about really not liking this combat system at all in chat. If you'd like to, to speak on that at all.
I don't want to air my fucking grievances with it. I don't like the segmented system. And I didn't like it before, and the minor adjustments have not changed my opinion on that. I don't enjoy that part, which is a shame because I enjoy all the other aspects of this game. The dice system works great for like skill challenges and encourages them to be done properly. But no.
I would ask you, obviously not now, but at some point try to like put together what it is about it you don't like. Since the thing I am doing, I was going to take a lot of inspiration from this segment system, because I personally really do like being able to interrupt people and not just have every individual character be, you know,
An
doing
island
their
unto
turn
themselves.
one at a time. Yeah, exactly.
A temporal island in time.
I don't
But
know. I do like that. I don't like sitting there and spending a shit ton of time figuring out the entirety of everyone's actions and then going about doing them. And I don't like that they're broken up in a section by a section basis. Like at all. It feels slow and cumbersome. It doesn't feel fun. I don't have a better way to describe it other than I so far have not liked it at all.
I'm gonna be honest, I would put good money on this still being faster than D&D 10.
Combat resolves in about the same time, I feel, just on the basis of it usually just lasts for like 2 or 3 turns before everyone gets aced.
Yeah, it doesn't feel.
Yeah,
quick
like
at
the
all.
lead up to every turn is quite long, but the
It's
actual
fucking-
resolution of a
I
turn
find
is
it-
quite fast.
I find it feels more like open-faced brutality.
Yeah, that is a fair assessment.
that is a way to describe it.
Yeah, no, I don't enjoy the combat at all. And if I never see that segment system thing again, I would be a happy person. However, I like the rest of the game so much that I'm going to put up with it.
Fair enough. You're allowed to be wrong.
Finally, that's used on someone other than me.
Yeah, I never thought
Yeah.
someone would say that to someone who wasn't DCL. Wow.
Yeah, no, and I'm happy to take it as well.
Anyway,
I feel like getting mad at where it's going to be wrong is the exact same person who gets mad at whatever you say, kid, when you know that you're in your 20s and they probably aren't. You're like, all right, great, good for you. It's like it would be so. Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, thank you very much for running today's segment.
Yes, I'm.
Cool.
It's only been 2 hours, you damn cuck.
It's been 3.5, you moron.
Not long enough. I'm still not used to California time, Dad.
Go to sleep, DCL. Prepare for
It's
jet lag.
7:43.
Yeah, over there it's like 9:43 where you like shut up and go to bed.